So we're filming now.
Yeah.
You haven't had your piss yet, or you have? Because you can't do a show without pissing.
I just went now, and hopefully we'll take a pit stop during the show and the battery dies. That looks okay.
Yeah, it looks alright.
Thank you. We've got the pop back.
Good. Do you want a chewy?
No, I'm right. Thanks, mate.
I'm going to just throw it out.
That's disgusting.
You sure you don't want it? We'll save it for later. I'll leave it there. We'll save it for later. I don't like wasting anything.
No, that's fair enough. A friend of mine...
Yes, Max, there's a chewy on your table.
Max is already dropping expletives 30 seconds in. You know, a friend of mine, not into powerlifting at all, last week was talking about the show.
Really?
Yeah. And he's like, it's Raw Talk, I'm going to watch it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, all right. It's like, which episode should I watch? He said, watch whatever, I don't care. He's like, all right, I said, watch episode 5, because that's the, gutter one. And he's like, oh, which one's the best, what's the best 10 minutes to watch?
10 minutes?
Mate, I said, I don't know, I don't index these shows, And then you know what he said? He goes, all right, I'll start watching. About 5 minutes later, he's like, those first 3 minutes, what the hell? He said, they should be instantly cut. And I said, don't watch it anymore.
I said, he doesn't get it.
I
but
said
not
the
everyone's,
first 3 minutes are like the...
No, not everyone's going to get it.
No. But, I said, mate, don't bother watching anymore, because if that's...
Benny, I have to ask, what the fuck is that?
Well, you know what? I thought we got to keep an eye on the time. So, got a clock and got an eye. And
so we're going to be keeping an eye on the clock.
Stuck on, so we can keep an eye on time.
On the clock.
Okay? Eye on the clock.
Eye on the clock.
Not necessarily going to look at the clock, but
there is definitely
as long as
an
we've got an eye on the clock,
yep.
That's okay, nothing can go wrong. So
well, we're set now.
We are set.
What can go wrong?
Nothing.
I can't think of anything.
Absolutely nothing. So, a new location again, but we should get into it.
It's nice that ESPN, I think this is important we say this, ESPN make their studio look just like our gym.
Yeah.
Just to give it that
the details,
the effort that they go into, lugging this equipment around. Well, anyway, good on them.
Is that real weight? I thought
that's real weight. No, it's real weight. It's real weight.
Oh wow, it's more detail there than on like the set they did the moon landing with.
That moon landing. Do you believe that moon landing? Actually, I do. I also believe the Earth is flat.
On that note, we'll start the episode. I think.
Oh, we do the pause bit?
Got to do the pause bit.
And I've got to think of a one name. Okay, got it.
And Gary McCartan's got to turn his headphones down. On the
Gary, turn them down.
Shut up and sit down.
Hey guys, hello and welcome to Raw Talk episode number 7. Thank you for joining us as always. My name is Ben Winstone and I'm joined to my left by the one and only...
Markos, one name.
Like?
Andre.
Which Andre?
Oh, name, how many Andres do you know?
Oh, I don't know.
I know one.
Andre the Giant?
I don't know Andre the Giant, I know Andre Milanichev.
Oh!
This is a powerlifting... No, I'm just saying, checking that it's a powerlifting show.
You should have said Andre with a J. Because I think Andre, I don't know, Andre the Giant, I didn't realise. Who refers to Andre Milanichev as
I never write
Andre?
his surname, I call him Andre.
You should have said like Milanichev probably.
That's
like
no.
Cone.
He's not, I've never called him Milanichev, I call him Andre.
Yeah,
on my Facebook post, can anybody beat Andre?
Yeah, because everyone knows what you're talking about in that context. But in a one name thing, you say, what did you say the other week? Pele?
No, it was Tarzan.
Tarzan. No, you said a soccer player, didn't you?
That was the week before. Last week was Tarzan, because we got onto the Margot Robbie thing.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's blown up. My God. I didn't know she watched the show. Anyway, we're in trouble now.
They now.
Yeah.
All right, that one word thing's still got to...
I like Andre.
We'll iron it out.
I like Andre.
Episode 38.
If I say Eric, everyone thinks of Eric Lillibridge. I say Andre, I say Zahir. They're all one name people.
You say Zahir?
Why is Zahir different to Andre?
Because Zahir's such a unique name. You know?
Well, Andre's not popular in Russia. G'day to all the Andres in Russia that are watching this.
Do I have to put Russian subtitles up now?
Have you got them?
Well, I found Greek ones the other
did
episode,
find Greek ones, yeah.
They were slightly off, but...
Well, yeah, for our Russian audience, we can just explain that Andre is not a very common name in Australia. So when we say Andre, we think of Andre Milanichev.
Or the Giant.
Or the Giant.
Anyone else named Andre? No?
No one. No. Do you know an Andre, Max? Not one.
I was almost going to say that.
Who did he say?
Andre 3000.
Who the hell is that?
I think he's from Black Eyed Peas. Black Eyed Peas?
Is that
Oh, Outcast, sorry.
Is that a movie? Is that a movie?
That just offended Max.
Is that where the monkeys bring AIDS and Dustin Hoffman? Is that Outcast? What's that called?
I think Outcast is a band.
What's wrong with Dustin
not a
Hoffman and the
band, sorry.
Monkeys?
I don't know, I'm not good with
We need
movies.
to look that up, Max. Dustin Hoffman and the Monkeys. What's that movie called? You know when they bring that disease, was it AIDS or rabies or everyone's dying?
All of the above.
I think it's called Outcast, Max. I think Andre 3000 stole the name. Anyway.
Thank you. Max is trying to eat his lunch. We should
He is
let
trying to
him
eat
leave
his
him
lunch.
be over there. It's got a good view though, as always.
So what have you got? You got some
Well-
stuff on a piece of paper.
You said to me, should we write some stuff down? So it's probably a good idea to keep things on track. So you know what the first line on this bit of paper says? Some stuff on a piece of paper.
Well, you said yes. I said, do you want me to write some stuff on a piece of paper? And you said yes.
I'm not going to show you the rest of the stuff we've got planned, but
You definitely said yes, write some stuff on a piece of paper. So I did.
somewhere
Ben-
that might be seen.
I am very good at following instructions.
You are. I followed them to the letter, literally.
Yes.
So, but actually, first I got something. Mother's Day on past weekend was just gone. So I hope Nina had a lovely day.
She did. I went unplugged.
Yes, I know. But I bought my mother a box of chocolates, amongst other things.
Yeah.
And in there, when I was sampling them, as you do, you know what one of the flavours
You
was?
sampled your mum's
I
chocolates.
did. Well, she offered.
All
It'd
right.
be rude to say no. Thank you, Mum.
Hello, Mrs.
I
Winstone.
almost had one of each, though.
G'day, Ray.
But
Stop looking at Ben's Facebook messages, Ray. It'll just get you in trouble.
it's the last time I stayed logged in on my dad's laptop, so don't worry, I've
Wow.
logged out now.
That's
He
more,
certainly got it.
more nudes than he's ever seen in his life.
He's never seen that many dick pics in his life. So,
True story too,
it
mate.
is,
We're
it
not
is,
joking.
It is.
He kept saying, why is that guy nude on a train? Why is that guy nude in...
What had happened is I left my Facebook logged into my dad's computer
Hi,
last
Sev.
week when I was visiting them. G'day, Sev, and just in time. And when I went to visit them last night, my dad's like, he's recalling a lot of stuff that we said in private message, and I talked about with, just messages that I had with other people. And I said, where did you see this? And he said, on Facebook. I was like, what do you mean on Facebook? And here I was thinking that some of our stuff had been shared, and I realised that he had little pop-ups saying that, and he's like, how come I keep getting mentioned as if him? And I'm like, don't worry, Dad, it's not you. Anyway, so you know what one of the flavours was? Turkish delight.
You're shitting me.
No, I'm
Have
not.
you got Turkish Delight chocolates
I
there?
do. So my mum said, you know what?
Mrs. Winstone, thank you so much.
She said, you better give him the Markos.
You've made a fat guy very happy.
Ouch, talking about him, not
Me, yeah, Ben's
But
muscular.
so there you go. Turkish delight.
Wow. You better carry the show for a minute. 'Cause I'm
I will.
eating these
I
now.
will. Well, I should ask you questions like you did last week when I had, or the week before when I had lollies in my mouth. So.
Damn.
But one of the things you talked about, just mentioned, was. Hang on, we'll keep.
No, you can do it.
Keep
I'm
going.
going to talk like this.
Okay,
Because I'm eating the other one as well.
professional. And going unplugged.
Yes. So, I get a lot of messages, and I don't mind. I always answer them. If I cared, I wouldn't answer them, right? But I noticed that a lot of them are not very important, but they come at odd times.
Ah, yes.
So, being Mother's Day weekend, and me being maybe a little fed up, because we've been very busy with powerlifting with all the GPC states, and I will never turn my phone off when there's a GPC comp anywhere. But I got home on Saturday after work at 3 o'clock, and Carlton was on the telly, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to wind the clock back to 1987, and I'm going to have no phone. Can't contact me. So I turned it off and threw it in my bag. And I didn't take it out until Monday morning at about 9 o'clock. So it was only off all day Sunday and from Saturday afternoon. Nothing happening in the powerlifting world. 33 messages when I turned it on.
Your gym bag or handbag?
No, I have a funny little lunch bag that I get every year.
Oh, man
like
bag.
at Christmas, but no, it's very feminine.
Oh, okay.
It's like a Coles shopping bag with funny animal pictures on it.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
At least you save the
I'm in
environment.
touch with my masculinity.
Yeah.
I'm
Sorry,
afraid.
keep going.
Yeah, so I threw it in there and left it in there for the whole weekend. I was surprised. 33 messages. Answered them all Monday morning
With a thumb.
with a thumb on, mate. Nearly all of them.
You know, if you hold down the thumb, it
Gross.
gets bigger.
Benny, I invented the
Oh,
growing
okay.
thumb.
All right.
G'day, Josh Tate. How are you? Josh is in hospital.
Yes. Best of luck with that operation.
Here's a thumb for you, Josh.
Is he finally getting that change done, or that he's been
He's
talking about?
He's gone back again.
Oh,
He's gone back again.
oh, okay. Is that because women's powerlifting's heated up so much?
It is, and now it's competitive.
scared
and
off and,
he thinks he can, yeah.
Back to the blokes.
Yeah.
Good luck with that, Josh. Hopefully it's
Yeah, so
pretty
that was what the
reversible.
unplugged thing was, and it was because I'm guessing most people that watch this. I got my first mobile phone. I reckon we went on holidays to the Gold Coast, and Max must have been 2 or 3. So Jesse, so it must have been 94. We bought our first mobile phone,
Oh, yeah.
and none of my friends had them, so I couldn't ring anybody. We got it so we could check back home because we left the dogs behind and all that. And
Did they answer?
hey,
Oh,
no. Apparently bulldogs, I didn't know, can't answer a phone.
Okay.
And it was not Reggie, it was Bronson
okay.
back then, my first bulldog. And Bronson never answered the phone anyway. Anyway, so that was our first mobile phone. So up until that time, I'd never had one. And it was, you forget, because you guys can't comprehend what I'm talking about, right? When did you get, how old were you when you got your first phone?
About 19, I think.
So what year was that?
About 2001.
Oh, right. So, well then, so there was...
I was a little late.
There was
adopting
yeah, but there was many years where you didn't have one, so you do know what I'm talking
Yeah, I
about.
went through all my teens without having a
Yeah.
phone. Yeah. Well, almost all teens.
Yeah, so I went and as I turned it off, put it in there, and it was heaven. Just because I find myself, I hear it go bing, right, and I check the message. So while I'm on it, I go, oh, there's 72 Facebook notifications, so I check them.
Yeah.
And then there's a heap of Insta,
Yeah.
and then the next thing I know, I'm on there for ages.
Yeah.
So it was actually tricky at first to not go for it, you know, because like I'm watching a movie with Nina on Saturday night, and I was curious what the footy scores were. Normally, just instead of flicking the channels, I grab my phone and check the footy scores. So we do get rather attached to them, and
Absolutely.
there was no crisis because my family was with me, except I went to buy cakes for Nina in Clayton,
Okay.
and I did it very risky without a phone.
Ooh.
So imagine if I'd run out of petrol, the car broke down.
What would you have done?
Same thing I did back in 1987. Steal another car. And Max was ringing me, texting me what was going on in the Fremantle-Richmond game. You won't know. It was
No.
one after the siren.
Did they
And he
play
went,
together, did they?
and I got home and I said to Max, how was the Freo-Richmond game? And he goes, I was texting you, didn't you see the text? I said, didn't turn my phone on, it's sitting here at home. Anyways, that was what the unplugged thing was. I'm not going to do it every weekend, but it was good. If you guys have never done that, try it. It's a lot of fun.
I had that similar discussion with someone this week actually about how much time you waste sometimes on the phone.
So much.
And really it gets you nowhere. So, but you know what I did sometimes on the weekend at work when people walk past and things like that, or they ask me who won in the footy. Now I've got no idea.
You should start to follow the footy.
They've got a screen that's probably as big as that Pro Raw banner in the background if that's in the shot out in the beer garden that shows the footy and stuff like that, but I never pay attention to it. So sometimes I might note which team actually won, and then I'll say the other team.
Was Mum worried that you'd get hurt as a kid? Is that why you didn't play?
No, I played footy until I was 18. It's not bad. I was out in the wing.
So
I was actually a lot lighter than I was.
I was going to
now.
say you'd be the biggest
I was
winner
very
in
fit.
history. So why don't you like footy?
I was shit for a few years, and then one summer I just ran every day.
Yeah,
Ran.
makes all the difference.
And then pre-season
an
I came
aerobic
back,
game.
I was the fittest in the team nearly, and went out on the wing and ran around all day.
So why is it you don't actually like AFL?
There's a few reasons. I don't know if I have to share them all, but
Because you went out with an AFL player, didn't you?
I did.
I remember that.
I've never done so many recreational drugs and pissed on.
G'day, Buddy
public
Franklin.
places
How are you?
In my life, so. No, it's
You
all
know,
right game. People have
but-
got different interests. Not everyone likes motorsport.
No, I know, but
So-
it's the fact that you played it
Yeah.
and then decided,
I never really had a love for it. I played it for something to do to be fit
Yeah.
and things like that, you know. And then when it came to sort of 18 and you've got to decide whether you want
Other
to go to a
stuff?
senior,
Yeah.
they didn't have a senior club, so you know, had to go somewhere else and
Okay.
things like that. But anyway,
you know, you brought that up, you got fit by running.
yes,
See one of the things there, strength and conditioning?
yes.
Can I start on that?
Why not?
Are you sure?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you got any more Turkish Delight?
No, I'm out.
Mrs.
Sorry.
Winstone, if you've got any more Turkish Delight, courier it down.
Don't say that. She'll buy us more.
Oh, no, don't. No, don't. I'll take that back. We'll edit that out. So, the strength and conditioning. Something I've been thinking about. Because I put up a post on Facebook, a picture of the garage and a picture of the gym now.
Yes.
And a lot of people from back in the garage, five of them are footballers, made a lot of comment about the fond memories. So, what a lot of people don't know is that PTC had nothing to do with powerlifting for nearly the first 4 years. Started in 2008, 9, 10, 3 years. So 3 years we had nothing to do with powerlifting. So everybody that trained with me, they came to PTC because it was a strength and conditioning gym. Now I've got extremely radical views to strength and conditioning to what the conventional wisdom is with gyms today.
Okay.
And so gyms today, I think that most of them don't understand what the strength component is of strength and conditioning. And they just make somebody do hundreds of push-ups or burpees or skip or step-ups or really light weights and pump up. And then there's the other school of thought that thinks conditioning is doing 30 rep leg presses and 30 rep bench presses and stuff like that. Well, that wasn't what we did. Remember, I only ever lifted weights for football.
Yep.
So people say, why don't you powerlift? I only lifted weights for footy. So my theory on strength and conditioning is so radical and I think extremely effective. And I want to point out to the fact that, so when the guys did strength and conditioning at my gym, the reason there was a lot of vomiting wasn't me deliberately. I didn't want people to vomit next door because it was starting to stink, right? So we had a hole in the fence and people would stick their head through and they would vomit. And eventually in summer, you know, so we used to make them walk all around because we had a vacant block next door. Yeah. It's an easement next door. It's the size of a block and no one can ever build there. So we actually cut a hole in the fence. We called it the Zuby hole. Zuby worked at Channel 9 but lived in the eastern suburbs. Can't remember where, a long, long way away. And he used to drive all the way down and he used to get, the last session I had left was 10 till 11. Because people could only train in hour blocks. It was very, very popular. And Zuby won his first session there. He broke the record. I think it was 14 minutes. He vomited in the first 14 minutes. He was a very skinny kid. And again, you've got to understand that I never, ever, ever set out to make somebody vomit because the workout stops. So it was not, you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, in the morning and he chucked up a lot. Like, I think he chucked up for longer than he trained. But when Summer woke up in the morning, because her bedroom was the front one of the house, she said, what was that horrible noise last night? And I said, it was Zuby vomiting. And she goes, really? But it was so loud and it went for so long. And I said, he vomited. And she stuck her head through the hole to have a look where he vomited. And she said, I'll never forget, oh my God, he vomited eggshells.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what that training was heavy weights, but no rest. So while your legs are on fire because you've just done squats, instead of sitting and resting for another set of squats, we would do an overhead press, or we would do a kettlebell thing, and it went on and on. And to demonstrate the effectiveness of it, now this is just to demonstrate the effect. It's not bragging or anything, just to demonstrate the effectiveness of the training. We had a strongman comp, and it was my version of strongman. You've got to remember, 2008, we didn't strongman hadn't grown in Australia. There was World's Strongest Man, but there was no. So we had my version of strongman, and it involved a lot of. There was no, you know, static lifts. It was really hard stuff. Yeah. And we had an exercise that we only included once because it killed. It went to. It was called Around the World or From Russia with Love. I can't remember. And it was a kettlebell complex. Okay. And it was over 100 reps. I don't remember how many. Well over 100 reps, and it was done for time. And we had to give it a cut-off time, so we cut it off at 8 minutes. So it's got to be done by 8 minutes. If you haven't done it by 8 minutes, just count how many reps you did with the different exercises. So everybody started doing this and they were going through. And James Morrow, I think he chucked up in the pond, in our pond. Chris Morrow, his brother, chucked up in the backyard. Adam was laying on Nina's kitchen floor because it was cool. Somebody vomited in our laundry tub. There were bodies laying right at the finish line. And nobody had got through. We'd gone through about, I think there was 30 people competing, and we'd gone through about 15 or 16, and nobody had gotten through the 8 minutes, and we were counting reps. And it was Max's turn, and now everyone used the same weights. Max was about 70 kilos then, okay? He would have been 16 years old, 70 kilos. And what people didn't realise, we trained that hard every single night. So Max got up to do the complex and we start the clock, and 3 minutes and 17 seconds it's finished. And it went dead silent in the room. Everyone in the garage, there wasn't a word, and Max just walked over, very quiet kid, sat next to Alan, his training partner, Alan Pazerovic, and they just were talking like
things
nothing.
have changed so much now.
Yeah, he's so talkative.
Yeah.
So he just started chatting to Alan, you know, and it was honestly, it was dead silence. Anyone that was there, you guys that were all there remember this, because we talk about it a lot, and they were just sort of staring, thinking that a trick had been played or something had just gone on. Anyway, and Alan got up, it was his turn, and Alan did it in 3 minutes 22, about 5 seconds slower than Max, nothing in it. He just finished it, walked over, started chatting with Max, and someone said, okay, what the fuck's going on? I said, what's up? And they go, this is bullshit. What just happened? No one can get through this thing. Did we miss something? Did he not do the reps? Whatever. I said, this is the way they train every night. And they go, bullshit. I go, what do you mean? I go, this is how my crew, this is how we train for strength and conditioning. And they said, this is crap, no way. You know, Adam would win all the powerlifting comps. He's lying on the kitchen floor, g'day Adam, unable to move. Nobody could get through it. There's no way known they just did that. So we continued the comp, and sure enough, no one else got through it. So no one finished it in 8 minutes. And that was the way we trained. So that was strength and conditioning. Now you guys are going to say, okay, we get the conditioning part, clearly. How is it strength? Okay, so Max is now 72 kilos. It's a few months later. And we decide, that whole episode which I've spoken about where we decided to join powerlifting has happened. So I said to Max, we're going to go and do a powerlifting comp in Albury. He said, we don't do any powerlifting training. I said, it doesn't matter. We'll go and do it because we're going to do Vic States and I want to find out what happens at these raw comps and blah, blah, blah. So we went down and did this comp. So we threw Max in the car at 4 o'clock in the morning, Sean and I, and we drove to Albury. Max trying to sleep in the back of the car because he was knackered, right? So we get there, he does his weigh-in, so he weighed 72 kilos. So 17 years old, 72 kilos. The rules back then at the gym, you can't have, no one owned wrist straps, knee wraps or a belt, or sleeves, nothing, you weren't allowed to wear anything, right? So Max has rocked up at this comp with no belt. There were no knee wraps allowed anyway, no wrist straps, and he just went in, did this meet. Anyway, he deadlifted 212, benched 95, and squatted 160. Only made his opener because we didn't know there was 30 minutes between attempts and we didn't train that way. So Max like smashed his opener, like could have done 5 reps with it. He was probably going to squat, I think he was going to go 160, 170, 180. This is a 72 kilo, 17-year-old kid that had never trained for powerlifting, hence the 95 kilo bench. Because Max could actually push press 125 kilos behind his head at that weight. So that's why his pressing power on the bench press was from the push behind. So here he is, so he set new national records. And of course, there's always the naysayers. Yeah, of course he did, because it was only the second year of Raw and the records were new. And 7 years later, there's still national records. And just thought I'd bring that up. You can go on the Capo site and check. So that covered the strength side.
Did that deserve? I thought it deserved.
I think it does. Because some people are going to say that. Yeah. And they're right. 2010 was the second year of records. No wonder. But it's now 2017 and there's still records. Mm-hmm. And he deadlifted 212 at 72 kilos, 17 years old.
It's impressive.
It is, no belt. I mean, the no belt thing doesn't really matter. I still don't think it does anything. So there's the strength side of how we train, because he didn't do powerlifting training, but he did do heavy squats, but not the traditional way that people do. And it was all high bar. It was, right, we just trained for strength.
Yeah.
He also push pressed 125 kilos from behind the head in one of our strongman comps.
Very good.
A lot of people were blown away by the push press, not me. I was blown away because everybody, once they push pressed it, threw the bar down.
Oh, yeah.
Not Max. Max lowered it and caught it behind his head again and then walked it back into the rack.
Classic.
Think about that, 125 kilos at 72.
Yeah, it's impressive.
So he did that. So we've got the conditioning side covered with our training, right? Because he smashed everybody. He had all the records for all the circuits in our gym. Then he goes to a powerlifting comp, wins it, sets records. Then he's at the footy, because he was training for soccer.
Oh, yeah.
So at the Pines Soccer Club, he ran a 14.8 beep test in soccer boots on a soccer pitch, not sneakers on a basketball court, which is much, much easier. The coach made them do it in traditional way that they play the game. So he could do a 14.8 beep test, win every circuit that we had, win powerlifting comp, and push press 125 kilos. No specific training for any of those, none of them. Max has never put on a pair of joggers and gone for a run in his life. He still has never done that, right? So that's what I call strength and conditioning training. And I reckon, I've seen people that come here from fitness-orientated gyms, but they call it strength and conditioning, but I know it's not, because I watch their lifts now. They would kill to be able to lift what he did 7 years ago when he was still a toddler, effectively, right? So that's my little thing about strength and conditioning. I have a very different take on it. Now, a lot of people have said, we love those days, blah, blah, blah. So starting soon, as soon as people are ready, an hour before we open, 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be running those classes here. If anybody wants to come and do them, Max won't be coaching you because he goes soft on people. I'll be coaching you. Bring your own bucket. That's my little thing on strength and conditioning.
Not sure if I'll be signing up for that one.
Why don't you do it?
Be good for a laugh, I guess.
You know
See
what?
how long it lasts before I spew.
It builds a very, very good base. I'll get on that later. Right? I haven't written that down. I'll explain the base that it actually built for our guys, like, well, Nina and Max, right? Jesse didn't do it. Jesse started powerlifting when we'd already started powerlifting in the gym.
Oh, yeah.
He wasn't really doing a lot of those circuits back then, and he got no idea. He's not built for doing that sort of stuff.
You know, I was only about 77, 78 kilos when I was 17. So Max and I were only
Yeah, it's similar, yeah.
5 or 6 kilos difference.
No,
So
he was
pretty
always
solid.
he was always the runt of all his teams. I remember, it's on YouTube, his first ever double bodyweight squat. It was 110 at 55. Yeah. So at 55 kilos, he was doing double bodyweight. Again, all of his lifts pre-2000. Well, I reckon he didn't wear. No one in our gym wore belt until maybe 2011. So everything he ever did before that was no wrist straps, no belt.
Bam.
Well, when he went to Worlds that year, and they were all joking, I was in the crowd, because I never go in a warm-up room with my lifters, because they load their own bars here, so I'm taking a risk and saying, maybe you can load your own bar in the warm-up room. Doesn't always pan out that way, but some people are capable. So I took Max around the world, and he's a quiet kid, so got to WPC Worlds, so there you go, Max, warm-up room, I'll see you later when you're done. He goes, yep, no worries. He doesn't need a handler. Well, he didn't have a belt or anything to put on. So he went in there, made a stack of friends warming up.
Yeah.
But my God, times have changed.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, you know what happens when you go into warm-up rooms? People ask who the hell you are.
We have to.
Remember?
Oh, me? Yeah, I
Pro
know.
Roll this year. Remember you told that
I'm a
story?
big deal. Yeah, like that girl. I wonder if she's ever...
Road to Pro Raw 9, episode 9, I think. The first one.
Yeah, I
Or
wonder
the
who
second, no, second one.
Second one.
When it's
Second
Pro
one.
Raw recap.
I wonder who she
Maybe
is.
it's about episode 11 or 12. Check it out. It's got
No.
a good story from Pro Raw.
It was. She actually didn't know who I was.
She hasn't
And-
contacted you?
And it's not that she should know who I am, but if she's in my warm-up room...
Shouldn't be asking who you are. She thought about sliding into your DMs to say, hey, I was that guy. That
I
guy.
still don't understand it. I thought I slid into somebody's
What was the
DM.
name of that hole again?
That what?
What'd you call it? The
Who?
name of the hole.
What hole?
That people
Oh,
spewed out of.
Zuby hole.
Zuby hole. It's probably better than a glory hole.
I know what that is.
Oh, you know that one?
I know what a glory
Damn.
hole is.
I couldn't stump you this week.
No, we have one in the toilet.
Oh, that's what it is.
Ari's laughing. He doesn't realise it's his turn into the glory hole today. Don't be laughing soon. You'll be looking for the mouthwash.
You got to check the roster, mate. Are you hungry?
I've still got a chewy here. Max?
No, it's off the table now. Remember last week we were saying...
Oh, you know what? I could go a kebab.
Yeah?
What about you?
No, probably not a kebab, but I don't
What do
know.
you want? A schnitzel sandwich.
Yeah, like a
put
large
a call
nugget
out.
meal or something, you know?
Put a call out.
You know what we should
No.
do? We should go on Facebook Live now. No, thank you. And say, see if anyone's in the
If
surrounding
anyone's
area.
Karen Downs, anyone watching? Are we live on Facebook?
We're live on Facebook.
See,
Okay.
we bought Pop back this week.
Pop.
Hello guys, this is live on
Raw,
Facebook.
on Raw Talk.
Raw Talk live on Facebook.
On ESPN.
So
At
this is-
PTC.
I don't know if it's going to get that in the shot. Maybe you can walk around,
Ooh.
film from behind for a little bit,
Yep.
and so people, when they watch this on YouTube, can see that this was true. So Arian,
So we're live on Facebook now.
we're
no,
live
hang
on
on.
Facebook.
The back of my head.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Well, do you want me to turn around? Okay.
You have 32 people now.
Can we
32
order?
people already.
Do you reckon if we order some food, we'll get something?
maybe let's.
Because there's
We're going to
food
be here
over
for at least what
Well,
another
what do you feel like?
another hour or so.
I had a pad thai yesterday. I don't want a pad
I
thai.
don't know. I'll get like 10 pack of nuggets or something.
There's no nuggets. There's a fish and chip shop.
Oh.
A noodle shop.
I'll go for potato cakes,
All right. Is that what you want?
bit of fish.
What do I want? Max, what do you reckon's good today? Oh, I'll have a double burger from the fish and chip shop, thanks.
Imagine someone actually brings something in.
What are the chances?
I don't know.
So a double burger for me. How many potato cakes?
4.
4 potato cakes and a piece of fish. Ari, anything for you?
Some chips and a few potato cakes.
Minimum chips. for Arian.
Can they see you?
No, they don't.
How do they know that you're holding the phone?
Well, they have to flip it around.
Oh, I see. Can my phone do that?
No, he's just holding it out in front of him there.
That's awesome technology, isn't it?
It's amazing.
Alright.
Couldn't have done that
So
with the first
that's
mobile.
Max, do you want anything? The shop we're ordering now live on
We just had
Facebook.
lunch. Are you watching us live on Facebook?
He's watching us live.
You
Yeah.
could be watching us live, being live on Facebook.
If we get food, that'll be incredible.
I don't know if that's ever happened, if we've been able to marry
I'm-
Facebook and YouTube
And if you
together
don't-
at once.
and if you don't go over the road, I'm happy with a double quarter from Macca's.
Yeah, well, they can get nuggets there.
Well, they can get nuggets there.
True.
So if you go to Macca's, double quarter and
Nuggets.
20 pack,
Yeah, why not?
20 pack of nuggets.
And Coke Zero.
What about if we go to Hungry
Got to
Jack's?
watch our figure.
If you go to Hungry Jack's, I'll tell you a story about this. Is this going live on Facebook?
It is, it is.
So Max and I were in America 2010, and we're in a food mall, okay? And we're about to order McDonald's, and I think it was in a, it was a Muslim community, and we got to the front line, and I was ready to order my Macca's, and I noticed a girl there. She's wearing a burqa and had a lot of food stains on it, and I said to Max, I feel a bit uneasy. So let's go to Hungry Jack's, because Hungry Jack's was in the next thing. So we went to Hungry Jack's, got to the front of the line, and this girl, she's wearing a white burqa, and it was spotless. It was clean. I looked at Max, see, I told you, the burqas are better at Hungry Jack's. Okay, and that was live on Facebook.
Yes. Has anyone commented yet?
No.
Are you
Is
guys-
someone bringing us food?
No one said anything yet.
Really?
But Mark Vidic said, hello
Mark-
guys, this is Dumb and Dumber.
Is he going to bring us food?
He hasn't said anything
It's
yet.
rich coming from Mark Vidic.
Wow, he called us dumb and dumber.
Yeah.
Did he spell it wrong?
Dumb, dumber, and dumbest. We'll keep
All right.
going, and
Yeah,
we
we'll
can
keep
film
going.
for a little bit longer
You can film it,
because
yeah.
we don't want to give away the whole show because then they
Because
won't watch it
some
on
people
YouTube.
haven't got Foxtel and they can't watch us live on ESPN.
No.
That's
I don't
why
have
we're
Foxtel.
doing. Really?
Yeah.
How do you watch the footy?
I just let people tell me about it at work.
So, for those of you that haven't got Foxtel and watching this live on Foxtel, bang, you're getting it on Facebook Live.
Absolutely. So we'll let him roll for a little bit longer,
Yeah.
see if anyone's going to... We'll have to remind him every couple of minutes because if new people join,
They wanna know
they
why
wouldn't have
they're
heard.
watching.
Yeah, they wouldn't have heard.
You're watching because
So-
we want food.
Yeah, so... But next on the list, let's go to an event, WRPF, Western Australia.
I'm excited as all hell with this. Henry Day is a very close friend of mine.
Okay.
It goes back to a long way back. When I quit as the Capo delegate, because of the Capo president, nobody contacted me. Just sort of, yep, Marcus is gone, except for Henry. Henry actually rang, said, you okay? I think he invented, are you okay?
2, 3, 4,
You right, Seth?
5, 6.
No way.
Oh, still not a lot of cardio. 7. Is that 7 or 8? That's 8, I
Can
think.
you put it down a bit?
9.
Damn. Maybe we should send her over the road to get some food so we can do this show in
Is
peace.
that 9 or 10?
It's
Oh,
10.
sorry, I
It's-
lost count.
It's Max. She's doing her prep for nationals.
It's a lot of reps.
Yeah, we've got a big team doing. I'm going to interrupt the story. We've got a big team doing nationals from here. I think Max has got 11 or 12 lifters from here, and 5 online clients. All so he'll be looking after 17 people at nationals. Josh Rayson is doing his prep here. Just joined the gym. G'day, Josh.
Hello, Josh.
So Josh trained last night. So
Good guy, fellow
first
dancer.
time he's let Max. He's trained here before, but he's got Max coaching him now.
Okay.
We'll see what he totals in the 110s.
Interesting.
Anyway, Henry Day, he's running an awesome event, the WRPF States, run by WAPA over there. And he said, Dan Macri,
Yes.
big time.
Big
for
Dan.
Oh, I love Dan. I
Big
met
fan
him-
of Raw Talk.
I met him when I went over there. He's a lovely guy. And Phil Wild, who
It's pretty wild.
I don't know, you guys remember at Pro Raw, he squatted 370, but he stood up with 380 like it was an empty bar. And he got called on depth. The video angle shows he may have been unlucky, but I remember when it happened, I spoke to the refs on the day and they said he just missed it. It was
Very
really close. So we know that 380 was there at Pro Raw. So he really wants to get to big dogs. I don't know if I think Dan Macri's, I don't know that he's 100%.
No, he's battling some injuries, so
Yeah,
his
he is.
bench and deadlift aren't up to
Yeah,
speed.
but
with
he wants to
check
squat. He wants to squat 400.
Yep.
And I reckon he can squat.
that. He's on his way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and to all the guys that messaged me,
I've got a pen.
to all the guys that messaged me after Dan Macri put his posts up, if somebody deadlifts with straps on, you guys say nothing. If somebody does a touch and go bench press, you guys say nothing. Someone does a training squat and they might not hit competition depth because you know what? They're not in competition. You guys lose your shit, start
Yeah.
messaging me. What did you think of Dan's squat? You know what I thought of it? It was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That was really, really strong. He's been powerlifting since before most of these people have been training with weights.
Yeah.
So just wait till he squats in a comp before you make pass judgment on his training lifts. Or if you are, please mention the others that are deadlifting with straps or touch and go bench pressing, because they're not comp legal either, but apparently that's okay. But missed by half an inch, oh
Yeah.
my God, you're going to burn the house down. Anyway, that comp's going to be awesome because no one in Australia, a local comp, not an international meet, we're not counting big dogs, has ever had two guys squat 400 kilos. We've done it in Pro Raw a few times with Odell and Chad and Wayne and then big dogs, but no one at a state level meet or even a nationals in Australia have we had two people squat 400 kilos in the same event. So this is a landmark event.
Yeah.
What's going down there? It's going to, and plus there's Joel and little the real MVP Yanni who's doing it. Have you seen them?
Another big fan of the show.
They've been arguing about overalls.
Yeah.
Do they mean overalls or overalls?
Hey, can you lift in overalls?
I think you should make them lift in overalls.
Depends how much stretches in that elastic.
Well, they seem enamoured by overalls.
Could work like a bit of a single ply.
Maybe,
you know.
maybe loaded lifting. Can you guys print a soft suit that looks like overalls?
Yeah.
And then you
In
can
denim
say,
or
I'm
like the
well, then you
carpenter
can say
style,
I'm the overall best
lighter
lifter.
brown. Yeah, true.
You could say that. How's the clock going? Still got an eye on it?
The eye is still on it, thankfully. So,
good.
a reminder to bring us food.
Food. Bring us anything. Any burgers, schnitzel. I'm not big on KFC.
It's a bit overpriced.
We're not paying for it, so I don't care.
Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, we're not going to reimburse you guys.
Mark Vidic should post himself live at the shop buying it.
True.
That's called interactive.
I'd even take a coffee or something as well.
I got Pepsi Max here.
Sev turned up, didn't bring us a coffee, but...
Have you got Ben's coffee there, Sev? Yeah. She's drinking it. Wow. So much cheek for a 17-year-old.
All right.
So yeah, we got so that event's
Another
going to
one
be
off the list.
That's the next big event that I can think of.
Yeah.
The next big event that I can think of.
Has anyone else replied? People are just watching, they're not replying. What's going on?
Everyone's really.
Bring us food.
They're not talking about food.
What are they talking
What are
about?
they saying?
Just hi, Mark. Hi, Max.
We're not gonna.
Show and head, please.
Hi,
Hi,
Max.
August. Hi, Max. Seriously?
Message Max if you want to say hi. to
Yeah,
him.
message him. Just bring us food,
I don't see
please.
Max around here
You know-
standing with us on the show.
We should have had a GoFundMe banner going.
Ah.
A few of them popped up again this week. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it.
You just did.
I'm not going to talk about it.
I won't rant about it, I promise.
GoFundMe.
Alright, what episode of Road to Pro Raw 9 did I rant about?
All of them.
No, there was one I had a really good rant. Was it the last one? No.
A few before that.
12, 11, one of the two guys. It's in the title anyway.
Okay.
Look it up. Hear the night rod going. Same bike as I've got.
How can you tell?
Oh, that Vance and Hines 2-in-1 exhaust. You can tell it from a mile away.
Do you reckon we're a mile away?
Not now.
Can you pick the distance?
That's
you pick
gone
the
more
bike?
than a mile away.
Okay, more than a mile away.
Yeah, no, you can definitely.
Very quick then.
Yeah, they are.
Are they?
Very quick. Liquid cool. 1250cc injected. So
You know, I hate bikes
I
more
could
than
have
you
rode
hate
it
footy.
today if I had a fun.
You know, I
Really?
hate bikes more than you hate footy.
I'm going to ride it next time we film. Can I bring it down? I'll ride it inside the gym.
No rear window wiper.
We'll have it in the background.
No rear window demister.
No, definitely not.
Has it got an ashtray?
Unless you fart, I guess.
No ashtray.
No ashtray. It's a bit hard to light up at
I
110.
don't understand motorbikes.
Your brother's a big fan of them. So
Loves them. Has loved them since he was a little kid.
he's
Loved them
gone
his
for
whole life.
those real unique mid-80s Jap ones. I've
He's
seen
had
lately.
everything. So Spiros is the most eclectic motorbike collection
Yeah,
you
I
could
figured
ever
that
think
out.
of. He's had Jap stuff, late model Jap stuff when he had his. I better get this. One of those Kawasaki 750s.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
You
the
had one of
one he
those?
just bought?
No,
Oh, sorry.
during the time when
Oh,
they were,
okay.
yeah,
Wait.
one of those bikes. Count along, kids. 5, 6. Ooh.
She's getting gassed. She's getting gassed.
Should I go and have a coffee?
Okay. 9, 10.
It took a bit more effort, didn't it?
Yeah. What RP was that? What
She
sort of?
doesn't know what that means.
Oh.
'Cause we don't discuss that stupid shit
Yeah, I
like
know.
that.
I never used it in my life.
Well, how moronic is it?
How are you
You're
gonna
the
know?
worst person to judge.
Yeah,
it's like
yeah,
those
yeah.
self-help books, you know,
Yeah.
you're being helped by a moron.
What if you didn't eat quite so much one day or drink so much, a little bit less sleep? Of course you're going to feel like shit.
No, that-
Everything's going to feel harder.
It's just another gimmick.
RPE means like how hard it was out of
No,
10.
it means rate
Doesn't it?
of perceived
Yeah, I wasn't
effort.
going to. Yeah. I
Well,
wasn't
no,
gonna-
she's a very
effort
smart
or
girl.
exertion?
She's got glass. Oh, I thought it was effort.
Effort or exertion? Can someone please confirm RPE? Rate of perceived.
Max,
Effort or exertion?
rate RPE, rate of perceived effort or exertion.
Does she
Maybe
have-
it's
does she have
exhaust.
another set of 10 to go?
Maybe it's exhaust.
She want have another set? One more set.
3 sets of 10. But the whole crew in here is on the same program in the
Oh,
back.
okay.
That's for all of them.
Exertion.
We,
Exertion.
we can.
Who said that?
We can.
Kelvin.
What
Kelvin.
the fuck does Kelvin know?
don't know.
It's exhaust, Kelvin. Exhaust. Okay. If we're not going to get some food, turn that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, stuff them.
Fuck yes.
You want to say bye to anyone?
Yeah, there you
No.
go, bye. Unless you're bringing us food, then it's...
Hi, Alex and Sarah.
Who?
Alex and Sarah.
Who's Alex and... Oh, right, okay, yeah.
They love it.
Yeah.
The gangsters.
Do you reckon they're watching?
Hopefully.
Well, they don't work.
Does Sarah live around here?
Not far. She's already trained this morning. She's already been in.
She might have seen it. Might bring something in.
Okay, you ready? No
What
one
are we
has
gonna
said
do?
anything about
You know
this.
what? Anyway, we'll put the phone away, and then I think it's time to bring someone on the show. That can only mean one thing, guys.
Pop goes the Weasel. Look what's just shown up.
Wow.
Bang. Pop goes
Straight
the
out of the
Weasel.
box.
So this is a new segment called Pop Goes the Weasel, where we bring our resident expert on and we asked him really, really, really hard questions.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Are you offended if we call you Pop or Weasel
what
or
do you
anything
prefer?
like that?
A bit of both.
You're offended at a bit of both, or you don't? We'll just mix
No,
it up.
mix them up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, if you was offended,
And
we weren't going to stop.
the
Doesn't make
Weasel,
a
the
difference,
Weasel
does it?
bit goes because Pop goes the Weasel.
Yes.
Pop is the action.
Yes.
Weasel is the character.
Yes.
So I'm the Weasel.
You're the Weasel, and you pop up.
Okay.
See, like you popped up
Hey now.
out of our box into here.
Yeah.
Did he pop into my DM? Because I felt something.
Yeah, I
I
think so.
felt it. So I think I know what you mean. I felt it that
He's
time.
developing a bit of a cult following.
Why wouldn't he?
You know,
He's
people
got-
are starting to mention
He's got it
him.
all.
Who? Just remember who found him first.
You did
We-
find him.
We did. We did. It's a collective effort here.
But I remember you said you walked past him at McDonald's and he was standing there with a cup of coffee and you thought he was homeless and you threw
Yeah.
some money in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you
And he
met.
said, "Thanks, bro." And I was like, "Oh, no worries, man." And then we just started talking.
Not easy to find the Jack in the Box, let me tell you.
Oh, no.
Keep your eye on the clock.
Okay.
Now, we're going to ask him questions. What's the next male all-time record to be broken? Male all-time record.
May
Speak
all come
later.
with.
Yeah, not the easiest one, because you've got to try and work out what the comps are, don't you?
There are a few comps in November, and records are going to be broken there, but October's before November, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So big dogs.
Well, why you think it's Big Dog?
I think at Big Dog.
Who's going to break the all-time record?
Eric's going to break it, and then Andre's going to break it on top. Petrus is probably going to get injured, and Zahir's probably going to bomb.
Wow, you heard it here first.
When I see these guys, and I hear people talking about big dogs, I get kind of nervous because Zahir's going to do something stupid.
He's going to come to win.
He's
Zahir's,
going to come to win, yeah.
Zahir's
but
not coming.
You can't beat Milan, can you?
You know what? He's totaled 11-12 at 125.
That's right, yes.
That's
when
all
when
time.
was the last time he had a good meet? When was the last time he had a sensible meet?
Well, no, I think he's only had 2 off meets since then, hasn't he?
But that's all he's done.
Yeah. No, I'm a big fan because he moves, he carries a lot of muscle.
He does.
And
he does.
without having to worry about weighing 125, who knows what that bloke can squat? I know that him and Petrus are going to be leading. They're going to bench the most.
That's right. Close to 3.
Yeah, and Andre's probably going to squat the most, pushed by Eric and Zahir.
That's right.
And I think Eric's going to out deadlift him.
That's right.
You
That's
reckon?
right.
You think so
He
as well?
He is.
Yeah, but Petrus is very even across all 3.
He is. Zahir's got the weaker deadlift.
What's his best pull?
I think he's done 400 with straps in training, but straps don't matter, do they?
No. So he's got the strength for 400, but you don't think he's got the grip for it.
I've seen him fail a few deadlifts because he doesn't seem like he has the grip for it.
Okay. But if he does squat 480 and benches 290,
Yeah.
he's not going to need to be
That's a
pulling
big
400.
that's a big subtotal.
But he's confident of benching 300 kilos.
He is.
Because what we've seen from lifters in here, when you add body weight, the first lift that goes up is your bench
Bench
press,
press, that's
then,
right.
then your squat. So,
Hang on, guys.
Pet,
Just going to bust out that final set. No pressure.
come on, Seth, no pressure. Come on, kids, count along.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8.
I think you just slid into my DM box.
I keep fucking the count up. Slows down a little bit halfway through
Do
the
you
set.
reckon we can get
throws
you a
me
hat
off.
like that?
I think we can.
Look at that hat. If anybody can make that hat, please, for Ari. I'm going to stick Pop back in his hole.
But
So,
we also welcome questions from the viewers if they want to ask something.
Yeah, for next week, absolutely.
Make it a little bit of a segment, whether we have it on
You
every
have-
episode or not.
You have
but,
to ask him something now.
All right. Who do you think's the hottest powerlifter in Australia?
You're going to ask him that, the hottest powerlifter in
Male or
Australia?
female?
Male or female?
Female.
Ooh, female.
Female.
Female? It's an obvious one.
Ooh.
I know who he loves. He's got a
Oh,
real
do you?
favourite. He's got a real favourite.
You want to have a guess, Markos?
No, I'm not going to get in trouble.
Yes. Okay, good.
No way.
All right, Lyndall Vile.
Lyndall Vile's
Lyndall
the...
Vile.
You heard it here first.
Hello, Lyndall.
Lyndall Vile is the hottest female powerlifter in Australia.
At Pro, I got a photo with that. Kind of had a moment.
In
Felt
your-
not in. No.
Oh,
no,
okay.
no.
The jack popped out of his
Did you?
box.
Have you slid into her box?
DMs.
DMs.
Oh,
I haven't
come on,
slid into
come
a
on.
DM.
I'm never
so-
ever going to understand it.
Come on. Lyndall's I think she's a fan of the show.
Why wouldn't she be?
Imagine, Lyndall, next time you're
Well,
down in
now,
Melbourne.
she's coming for Melbourne Cup, but she'll be. I don't know if she's coming down for national.
I thought she mentioned the other week she was
she's
coming
training.
down
She's coming down
shortly.
to train. Yes, she is.
Imagine if we could
she
tee
is
up.
officially the hottest chick in powerlifting.
You heard it here first on
Wow.
Raw Talk.
There you go,
Must
Lyndall.
be official. If it's
Well, I
mentioned
think
on Raw
Ari
Talk.
said it. I didn't know you had a thing for
I
Lyndall.
did. It's not just the beauty. It's about the intensity
And the strength.
and the strength.
And the fact you see her in her undies all the time on Facebook.
that kind of adds
Yeah.
to it.
So girls, if you want to steal Ari's heart, Nick shots on Facebook. Seems to do the trick.
10 snicker shots.
Yeah, I'm not going to get. I'm not saying who I think's the hottest.
But
Benny, are you going to
Imagine
get in
if-
trouble? No, we can't.
probably said enough. Probably. Imagine if we can tee it up when Lyndall's down here. We can get her on Raw Talk.
Oh, she'll want to be on there.
We can get the Weasel on.
She's not wearing clothes though. She's doing it the way she does Facebook.
like a modelling
Nah,
shoot.
Yep, she's not
Can I
wearing
bring the
clothes. Yeah, you can bring the Harley in. Yep, she's not wearing clothes. Lyndall, leave your clothes at home. Yeah,
That's gonna-
she's coming down. She's actually going to hire a car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's going to bring a bit of a live studio in.
We'll have to set
More than
security
what we
up.
have now.
Well, she can't go parading around like half naked on Facebook, and then when we get her here, she's all dressed up like a civilized human. She's got to go cave woman.
Got a burger on.
Cave woman. Imagine the audience on that. If Lyndall's sitting here between us, cave woman style. Look up Raquel Welch in 10,000 BC, whatever it's called. 1000 BC. You seen that?
No.
You're not a movie guy, are you?
Definitely not.
Do you know who Raquel Welch is?
Isn't she an old actress?
She's now.
Yeah. She's pretty good in her prime.
Do you think?
Who was better, her or Pamela Anderson? I know you're
Raquel.
a Pamela Anderson fan.
Raquel.
She looks rough, man.
She was. Yeah.
When I was looking up the other episode when we did Pamela Anderson face, and I typed that into Google Images, and
Sophia Loren.
oh yeah,
You heard of her?
Geez, she's quite.
Yeah, but that timeless beauty, those girls, that's just.
Yeah.
I know before your time and all that, but it was before they had to get naked to look pretty. So, we got another question. Oh, so it's my turn to ask
It
you a
is your
question
turn.
now. Who are the big fours going to miss the podium at Big Dogs? And who's your wild card surprise? Because last year it was Sean Doyle. Have you got a surprise wild card that'll actually make the podium at Big Dogs?
JP Price.
He's not coming, so it's going to be an extremely big wild card. JP unfortunately has family commitments, and he vows to get out here one day, but he's doing the right thing at the moment. He's got so JP won't be
Who's the
coming
guy
out.
that's gone 1,077, 1,072?
Daniel Bell,
Daniel Bell.
really?
Yep.
Yep.
Daniel Bell.
Yep. His mum messaged me buying tickets, and they're dead keen coming out. He's a strong guy, seriously strong. He's got a big bench as well, hasn't
He
he?
does. He does.
Hey, maybe they won't have the biggest bench. Will somebody bench 300 at Big Dogs in the 3 lift, not in the Big
They
Dog
will.
bench?
They will.
Who?
They will. They will.
They will?
Listen to that confidence.
Wow.
He's like the.
So who's going to miss the podium? Because there's 4 obvious ones, right? 4 biggest totals in history.
2 of those, I already told you, are going to miss it.
You think 2 of them
I think 2 of them
are going to miss the podium? And Daniel Bell is going to slide in for 3rd.
will.
He'll be wrapped. That's $5 grand.
Not a bad pay packet.
It is a good pay packet.
Does that mean Sean Doyle's missing the podium?
Is that what you just said?
So who do you think's going to podium?
In order, go on. Who do you
In
think?
order. Milan, Eric, they're going to break the all-time
Can we call
world
him
record now.
Andre to prove my point?
Andre and
So
Eric.
there's only one name,
Okay.
Andre.
Andre, and then Dan for 3rd.
Andre, Eric, Dan.
You heard it here first.
That'll be amazing if you get that right. Because, you know, I don't know if I have mentioned that before, but Eric isn't driven by the money. At the last Big Dogs, he threw away
Yeah.
a check to beat Andre. He said, He 100% gets it. There was somebody I invited to Big Dogs, and he's around the mark, just under 1,000, but he could get 1,000. I don't want to give any hints as to who it was because he doesn't understand the concept of it, obviously. And he said, the first question he asked me, after he said, yeah, I'm dead interested, he sent me a message saying, can we set records at Big Dogs? And I said, well, Andre set the all-time record there, and he meant he doesn't weigh super heavy. And I said, you're missing the point, big fella. So, anyway, so not everybody understands, and everyone's got different goals. Like, some people have got goals, they want to break some 125 or 140 squat record or deadlift record or whatever it is, and that's their goal, so it's not for everybody. So,
While we're on the...
I was going to say something different, it won't involve Weasel, so you better ask him your next question. It's got to be hottest male. It's got to be. You've got to put him on the spot. Hottest male.
No homo. Who do you think?
No, a little bit of homo.
A little bit of homo.
Slightly homo. Who do you think is the hottest male powerlifter?
In Australia.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there's one guy that I want to be like. I want to bench big. I want to be tall and jacked. I want to be,
I think I know
one of
who
the
he was
big
going to
guys
say.
in the 125s.
Yeah, I knew he was going to say.
I want to be Josh Tate.
Oh.
Who was I going to say?
Oh, I thought Warwick Eccles.
Oh,
Warwick
close second.
Eccles.
Close second.
Nobody wants to be like Warwick Eccles. Doesn't want to be like Warwick Eccles. Damn.
G'day, Warwick.
You want to be like John? He's a pretty complete package.
He is.
Bodybuilding.
I've seen his forearms up close and they're pretty big.
Oh, I'm not touching that one. Is that when they were sliding into your DM box?
I don't know, they were sliding in somewhere.
Nah, that'll cheer him up if he's watching this in hospital.
Yeah. Do they
Wow,
have
so-
ESPN in hospital?
So do they have?
If he's paid for the package, I guess.
Oh, he paid for a package. G'day, Josh. Big fan of the show.
There you go. So you've nailed Josh Tate and Lyndall Vile. We haven't. Sorry.
Only
hang
one.
on. Have you nailed them? Right in if you've been nailed by the Weasel.
Josh and Lyndall, please confirm.
So I'll ask him one more question.
Okay.
I will ask him one more question. Who will be the next guy to bench 300 kilos in a 3 lift? Do you know who has done it?
I know Kirill has done it.
Yep. Not counting token lifts. Hey, I got your token lift right here.
No.
Kaz.
Oh, that's right, Kaz did.
Kaz, yeah, in a t-shirt. Bench 300 in an IPF meet. US, whatever the US equivalent, I don't think it was an IPF Worlds, it was the US equivalent of IPF. So Kirill and Kaz are the only two, except, no, Hollywood Henderson. No, sorry, not him.
They were token lifts.
Not him,
weren't they?
Jim Williams. Jim Williams definitely benched.
Were he other
No, he benched 600. I have to look that up
We'll
now.
get it right,
I know
guys.
he benched. No, he definitely benched over 600 pounds, but I'm unsure if it was 300 kilos. No, it definitely was. Definitely was. Because the reason I know is because Jim Williams benched I think his bench is 670 pounds. He benched 700 pounds in the gym in front of a world. It was a training session in front of a world record judge. He actually benched 700 pounds, but in competition he benched 6. So Jim Williams did it first, and then Kaz Meyer, I reckon in 82, 10 years later. I reckon Jim Williams did it in 72, Kaz in 82, Kirill in 2016, and who's going to do it next?
If Josh Morris comes out, he'll do it as well.
Josh Morris.
Josh Morris has benched, I think, 290 or missed 290. But that was, his high bar squatting. His arms are going to be fine now. He's going to be able to throw that bench in the air.
Oh, that's interesting, because I'd love to see another 300 bench in a 3 lift. Because it was, Hollywood Henderson did it with the token lifts, didn't he? Yeah. Because he wanted, yeah, that's right. He squatted 60 kilos or something. That was manly of him. No, well, the records allow that.
Squats are bad for your knees, so he was watching the knees so he can get the leg.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, that's
Oh, okay, that's good. So there you go. So you 300 kilo squat, bench.
Do you reckon Arian almost needs a little seat up on the
Yeah, we're going to work
not the
some-
casting couch,
Well,
but the other
thing is, you guys are
the
going to
other
be.
special panel.
You guys are going to be. You don't realise this. You're going to be flat out filming and talking to people while I'm sort of running the show. So you guys are going to be really busy. I don't think you're going to be sitting there just watching. There's going to be, I want you to talk to handlers,
Okay.
film warm-ups. There's
Yep.
going to be incredible footage that we're going to have, because we don't normally, we don't have
That'll
any
be it.
footage.
No,
So I think
no.
at Big Dogs, we're going to have a lot of raw footage that Ben and Arian can interview them when you film, or he can film or you
Yeah,
interview some of
hopefully.
them. I think we'll
That'll
get,
be like almost its own episode, probably.
I think
Maybe a
it'll-
short intro.
it's a great opportunity.
If everything goes well.
Especially imagine sitting back and being able to film all of Eric or Andre's squat warm-ups,
Yeah.
and then they hit 500 on the platform.
Yeah, that's
And
right.
you've got, so you guys are going to be pretty busy. But when things quieten down, we'll get you on the panel and you can have a discussion, because I actually quite like watching people that are knowledgeable about powerlifting talking about powerlifting.
Yeah. Is that why so many people watch this show?
You know, when we started doing, we do this for shits and giggles. In case you realise, we don't get paid. So I had to pay $30 for this today.
Oh, sorry, that reminds me. YouTube revenue is up to about $1.07 now.
Right, wow. So people understand at home have got to understand that we give up, that you drive miles to come out here.
I do.
We don't do this for money, we do it for fun, because we really, really enjoy joking around first, talking about powerlifting second.
Yes.
And the show's always going to be that way. It's
Yes.
never going to be, it's never going to be serious. Like I said, people like Chad do a brilliant show that's serious most
Ed
of the time.
Cohn on this week.
Did he? Well, there
On
you
the
go.
Jug
See,
Life
and
podcast,
that's you can watch that. But this is like on television. You don't just watch dramas. You watch comedy as well.
Yeah.
You know, you watch your 60 minutes for the drama, then you watch your Home and Away for the comedy. Oh, sorry,
Well, I
to do
mean,
that.
to use a footy reference, which
Have
is
you got one?
extremely rare from me, but
Hey.
this is like the Channel 9 footy show, I guess.
No,
powerlifting.
no, this
Don't
is
you
like
think?
no.
But it's
so
like
you're not old enough.
mixing
Not old enough.
No?
League teams. It's Jack Dyer, Lou Richards, and Bob Davis.
R.I.P.
This is
Lou Richards.
exactly what we're doing now.
Okay.
So that was, and they was see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. Those guys. I'll tell you, the
I didn't
show.
see that actually. I watched a Lou Richards
Right,
tribute
that show was off
and
the
I
hook
saw
because
footage
it
of
came on at 11 o'clock at night.
Ah.
That was off the hook. That show. That was the original three people comedy show. League teams. I actually was on that once.
Really?
True story. When I was at St Kilda, I was in the Ian Drake, the president's office, and the phone rang on a Thursday, and Bob Davis rang up. Bobby Davis has passed. Actually, all three of them have passed away now.
Yeah.
So Bobby Davis, the Geelong Fly, he gave Sam Newman the Sammy nickname. He was the Geelong coach.
okay.
He rang up and he said, "We're just ringing for the teams this week." I actually answered the phone, and this is true. And he said, "Have you got the ins and outs?" I said, "Yeah." M. Markopoulos is in, and I gave some names out. Anyway, he must have rang back later. I don't think he bought. I just hung up. He must have realised it was one of the players having fun. But I was, that's my nearly got on League Teams. But League Teams is the original comedy show,
Okay, well, it's
and
easier.
it was very funny. But again, you guys wouldn't have seen it. I never missed
No.
it. Thursday night, 11 o'clock at night, and all it was they presented the teams. But those three guys were absolute funny characters. There was very little free talk on there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, very funny.
Okay. We're kind of funny.
We can be funny, but we're not. We're
I
different.
was meaning how we mix the comedy with a bit of proper news and discussion, and then there's other football shows which are more purely straight-faced and talking about stuff.
I struggle to watch a lot of them.
Yeah,
Well,
I
yeah.
never.
Oh no,
watch
well,
it, so.
Talking Footy is the best one. I'm not talking footy. Open mic, Mike Sheehan. That's very, very in depth. That was one where Jacko cut loose and was going to kill everybody, and that was
Gonna
a fun. Have
open
you ever
up.
seen that?
Open Weasel.
Have you ever seen the episode with Jacko?
No.
It's frightening. No, he
Jacko
threatened
is a
Mike Sheehan.
frightening guy,
No, he's frightening. He was off his head. Mike Sheehan just sat there laughing at him.
Sorry to go off topic.
We have a topic here.
Warwick Kappa.
Yep.
You
He was on,
obviously know who Warwick Kappa is.
Warwick Kappa was on it 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Oh, really?
He's got mental issues.
Oh, yes, yes.
Healthy mind and... Sorry.
Hang on, let me finish this
All
story
right,
first. We'll
finish
go back to it. So I think I've had a photo with Warwick Kappa up on the Gold Coast a few years ago. He's always floating around there. Anyway, we're in a group chat on Facebook, sliding into each other's things.
With Warwick
Arian-
Kappa?
No. Sorry.
Because he can't type. He can't spell, yeah.
Arian and myself and a few other guys. And someone put up a photo of Warwick Kappa and some other trainer at a gym somewhere, you know? I forget who it was that posted it. And I said to Arian, I said, "Do you know who that guy is?" What'd you say?
I asked which guy, the Asian guy or the
Yeah.
blonde guy with long hair?
The trainer was Asian, and he said, "Are you talking about the Asian guy or the guy with blonde hair?"
He didn't know who Warwick Kappa was.
I asked why he looked like that. He looked a little strange.
Look, he used to march to the beat of a different drummer. Oakley boy. Went to Oakley
Oh,
Tech.
really?
Yeah.
I googled his name and found some disturbing images.
Oh, there's lots of them.
He is
And he
what-
regrets some of them. But you know, on there I had a healthy mind
Yes,
and a
we'll
healthy
go back
body.
to that now.
Yeah, so
Very good timing.
the Carlton Football Club's motto, in Latin I can't say it, but it translates to a healthy mind and a healthy body. And that came back obviously from Latin times in days gone by when there were a lot of great minds around, but basically back then it was saying that you should exercise. A great mind isn't enough, you should exercise.
Correct.
But unfortunately it's gone 2,000%, and that is the number, Jesse, the other way, where a lot of people I know, whether it's through social media or no, they have healthy bodies, or appearance-wise, they appear healthy. A lot of them might not be that healthy, but seldom do you find a healthy mind anymore.
True.
And
Very true.
I was thinking about talking about this a few days ago. We've actually filmed late today, but then I noticed in the news last night, Greg Inglis, one of the greatest rugby players, we'll go down as one of the greatest rugby players of all time, has just checked himself into a mental health facility because he's got problems. What's causing, and I'm generalising, right? I'm generalising, but I see people that get upset on Facebook. If I say that squat's not deep enough, okay, they lose their mind over it.
Yeah.
It seems trivial, or I don't like the colour of your shirt, or do they make that shirt for men, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just comedy, right? And the healthy mind in a healthy body thing, and I actually speak to Nina about this because I think a lot of people it's gone way too far the other way. And
Absolutely.
healthy bodies are everywhere. You can see them. Right? Look at you two guys. But
Us two.
yeah, you two.
Sorry.
But the healthy,
Someone else.
the healthy mind, because if Warwick Kappa and Mark Jackson, if they're just putting on a show, I don't know, but they don't have healthy minds.
No.
And there's a lot of people that I see in life, even messages that I get, and it makes me think, wow. But not that I'm not judging them, because everybody's got their own demons.
Correct, yeah.
But I really think that's gone. We might need to. You know what an issue is about it? That if somebody is overweight, not healthy, all right, and if they've got a healthy mind, you can explain it to them, and they get it.
Yes.
They say, I understand what you're saying. My blood pressure's high. I've got to do this to bring it down. They get it, right? But if you say to somebody that's got an incredible physique, but maybe doesn't have a healthy mind, they can't comprehend what you're saying. So they can't actually fix their problem.
No.
So that's the irony of it, that they actually can't get it. And I'm talking about clients. I've spoken to clients about stuff like this, and I walk away thinking, how do they not understand what I'm just trying to say to them? But I think that as a whole society, look at the Donald Trump thing. How can anybody in Australia get so upset that he's the president of America, and they spend their entire time on social media reading stories and sharing them and posting them on Facebook. G'day Abaddon, on Facebook, just wanting to get this guy. How does he affect your life? So I'm 55 years old, so been voting since I was 18. So whether it's Labor, Liberal, whatever. You know what I've noticed? Doesn't matter what party's in. My life doesn't actually change.
Okay.
So my life hasn't changed since Donald Trump became president. Why do I need to get upset about things and all those protesters in the streets and bashing people? I'm 55. I honestly can tell you nothing has ever changed. Budgets come, budgets go. It's never changed. Nothing changes. Nothing.
Yeah.
It just goes through day by day. But people, is it that they look for something to be upset about today?
I think so. I think it's corrupted minds a little bit,
Well,
it's like if you're not upset
and
about it, or if you're not...
Politics and religion have always been like that, and it's always going to be like that, and that's what I'm talking about, a healthy mind. I saw somebody recently, and I think I mentioned this. This came up 2 days ago. He posted up having a crack at flat earthers. Now, I know the Earth's not flat, right? But that's beside the point. The point being that this guy has got deep religious views. He chooses to mock people that think the Earth is flat. Just let it go. I mean, because I know the Earth is round, okay? I don't go on there and mock people. Anyway, and then when you question them, I've had, the only posts I've ever had deleted on Facebook by other people is when I point out about stuff like Adam and Eve had 3 kids, 3 boys, and then the Earth got populated. We'll give them a minute to think about that, okay? Just give them a minute to think about
That's
that.
how we ended up so fucked up right from the start.
So there were DM boxes slid into left, right and centre back then. So they turn a blind eye to that. You point out to them, they're pointing at the obvious. Look, we flew a plane up there and a rocket ship, we took a photo of the Earth, here it is, not flat, right? And so we get that, right? But when you point out the obvious to them, well, this is the book that you believe in, this is what it says, right? It actually says they had 3 kids, 3 boys.
I didn't know that.
They spit roasted that bitch. Anyway, and I've had my post deleted. I had another post deleted once. Somebody had, there's a picture of a guy in a boat, and there were sharks all around the boat. And it said, God said, just remember that there's evil all around. I took offence to that. Where was the evil? Because God created sharks. Why are sharks evil? They don't leave their home to attack people. They only catch burglars that are intruding where they live, right? They don't come into our gym and bite us, right?
No.
But the perception of that poster was that the sharks are evil. Why are sharks evil?
Sharks aren't evil.
Well, but I know, but anyway, so I commented, I said, where's the evil? The guy fishing to kill the sharks? Or the sharks minding their own business until somebody breaks into their house, right?
Yeah.
Deleted my post.
Soft.
Yeah, so they're the only... And
A lot of soft cocks, I think, that are out there these days that just can't get a thicker skin. Get a thicker skin, guys. Oh, this is another live
Sean, live on Facebook, how are you? Oh, sorry, on, where are we?
Raw
Live
Talk
on
on
Raw
Instagram.
Talk. Sean Gallagher, are you bringing us food? Why are you ringing me from Adelaide? He rang me because he thought we'd be filming. So you didn't see the live feed about the food and that on Facebook? Are you not bringing me food? Just hung up on him. You'll get to see that, Sean, tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. You rang me because I thought you'd be filming.
Well, he's not going to see it in Adelaide for a few years.
Oh yeah, when does it come out in Adelaide? 2019, I think.
I think so.
Yeah.
They Jordan Biggie Sevens.
So I hung up on him. I got no friends, fuck most of these cowards. 183 days. That is a Facebook post. See what I mean by people have got, what?
That's a bit negative.
A lot of
What's wrong with?
attention seekers and people that just need to.
I don't understand
get a
why
thicker
people
skin
are
or
so upset.
something.
Anyway, so that was, the mental health, I'd like to see people, and you know, growing up, because like I said, like I'm 55, a few things that I don't ever remember seeing. Went to primary school, never saw fat parents. I mean obese parents, okay? That's a thing that now is the norm. Never knew of anybody having mental health issues. They were just naughty kids, smack them around the head and say, stop doing that, right? The attention deficit disorder. Now, people are telling me that all these things are real things. Now, I'm not an expert in anything, actually in anything. So I'm not going to doubt them. I just go by what I observe and what I see. So times have changed a lot from, Nina we were watching an old movie last night. And I said to her, because she really loves them, right? And it was Cary Grant and I forget who was in it. And I said, why do you love these old movies so much? And she said, look at the decency in them. Not only the way the people are dressed. Now, behind the scenes, they're probably snorting coke and fucking each other, who knows. But she just thought the movies portrayed...
Sounds much like the
Yeah.
behind the scenes of Raw Talk.
Yeah. Nina thought the decency that was portrayed is just something that it doesn't exist anymore. Like, you know, I grew up seeing Monaros and GTs every second car at the traffic lights.
Yeah.
But now, if I see one, I snap my neck around to have a look. Well, I think the same thing is happening with common decency in society, that it's a thing of the past and we just don't see it. And you know, the kids laugh at Nina because she watches a movie from the 50s and the 60s, you know, with Deborah Kerr and Audrey Hepburn, all those movies. And what she really likes is the decency that's in it. Yeah, we don't get that. Sean didn't message back. Can't believe he rang me from friggin' Adelaide just to say, am I on the show?
We'll cut it in.
People will do anything, won't they?
When we'll cut it.
When did it cut? I don't know what happened.
No, well, I stopped it because it was getting on in time, and I thought we'd better just double check and
We double checked it.
change the battery. So didn't want to have it just cut out suddenly mid-conversation and throw us off. So
We're keeping an eye on the clock.
the eye's still well and truly on the clock. But what do you think we say goodbye to the Weasel?
See you, mate.
Goodbye, mate. Back
Thank
in
you
your
very,
box.
very much as well.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
Just remember to clip my microphone.
your nipple piercing.
There we go.
Yeah, so that was all I wanted to say on that because
Come a little bit closer now. cozy.
Thanks,
Not too
Benny.
cozy. But,
Thanks, Benny. You know what would set this off right now?
What?
Souvlaki.
I can't believe nobody's responded to the call.
A souvlaki.
I thought we had a lot more fans than this.
Even
A lot more.
well, there's a lot of people.
responsive fans.
But Max Rodriguez, g'day mate, from Arkansas, said it was a bit far.
Yeah, might make it by 3 episodes time.
Because cold souvlaki, I don't know. The fat goes funny. You know?
Yeah, it would be very good.
So what else are we going to talk about?
We've got something
Starfish.
about
That's
marine
not a,
animals.
yeah, not a chocolate starfish.
Oh, okay.
Starfish.
I do know that
Yeah,
band.
chocolate Turkish delight.
I do know that band.
Right?
He spoke at my Year 12 graduation. The lead singer of Chocolate Starfish.
Did you ask him what the chocolate starfish meant? What are you doing?
No, sorry.
Have you got that wrapped around your old fella?
Nearly pulled the mic off again.
Thank you.
One phone call after another.
Hello. Speaking.
Is that shot
Is this a joke? That's really Margot Robbie. You watched the show last week. Okay. Oh, I'm glad you thought it was flattering. And we meant that. I know. Well, I did. He didn't know who you were.
I did.
Say hello to Margot.
Hello, Margot. Thank you for calling in.
So why are you calling in? Oh, the friend request. Yeah, I can't accept it. I'm married. No. No. Nina knows I think you're hot as fuck, so no. Can't accept friend requests from people I think are hot as fuck. Yes, I've seen your nudes. I have. I've seen it all. I've seen all your movies.
How come you didn't send them to me?
Haven't you seen the movies?
No, the nudes.
Which one? You said watch Wolf on Wall Street and you see what you're missing out on. Make sure you grab a couple of box of tissues. No offence, none taken. You know, I can't accept your friend request. Just hit the follow. Yeah, and you can just follow what I. Yeah. So what do you think of the show? Oh, you think it's good? Why no nudes in Tarzan? Perfect setting, jungle. Oh, you're a bit overweight for that one. Love your honesty. What's Will Smith like? Good guy? Yep. Anyway, you probably know Will live, Margot. I can't keep. No, I'm not going to accept your friend request. Unless Mudguts grabs my phone and accepts it, but
Payback for last week. I've got a few more to do actually.
no, I can't. I can't.
Guts.
You deleted somebody so you could add me. That's very, very sweet of you, but no. I'll just be a fan from afar. All right. You want to be on the show?
It's okay.
Dressed or undressed? That could be a game changer. Because if you do undress, well, I'll accept your friend request because we're going to get 1 million views. No, Ben's all right. He's gay. No, won't affect him. Well, he
That's
actually,
incorrect.
no, he's not gay, but he said the last guy he fucked was. Yeah. Yeah. So he's not really gay. But the guy was. All right. I better let you go.
That makes it okay apparently.
No, I don't want to know what you're not wearing.
I do.
Ben does. All right, Margot. Thanks for calling in. All right. See you later.
These phone calls, they
I
just never,
can't
they
accept
never
it.
stop.
I
and,
can't accept her friend request.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
It's a decent.
Well, she's pretty special.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And she wasn't offended by our remarks. She thought they were funny.
No, she's got a. She
Sense
knows
of
how to give
humour.
and take. So,
She does.
but speaking of friend requests, last week you grabbed the phone.
Yep.
You added a bunch.
You're a celebrity now.
And this
You
week
might
I've
not-
been aiming to add a few more as they come through. So
You
whoever
might-
I've added along the way.
I don't want to see that nude guy at 7-Eleven. That photo you sent me was disturbing.
It was. Mate, I can't help it. He just pops up everywhere. But
On a train, 7-Eleven?
yeah, you just never know when he's going to pop up.
Yeah, well, don't let him pop up here.
No, he's not popped up.
Hey, what are you
There's a
doing?
few more friend requests. You
Yeah,
want to go through?
I want to go through
You
them.
want to go through?
I want to go through
This
them.
could be a new segment as
It
well.
is a new segment because
I'll have to start
you-
saving them up.
You actually have to accept.
We didn't get through all of them this week, but you got to read them out as you do it.
Oh,
But,
okay.
or if you don't know them, just skip them. But don't
Well-
press. Hang on, press the
I
X.
fucking hate iPhones.
All right.
So only the ones that I know.
Yep. I mean, we've got some of them have a lot of mutual friends, so you must know them. But You've got thousands of friends.
Cameron Harris, Seymour. This is Brian Cook. You haven't accepted Brian Cook.
It's related to Captain.
He's Captain Cook's son.
Oh, sorry, Brian.
Very old.
Okay.
How have you not accepted Brian?
No. As I
He does
said,
pro-
this week I left some in the tank.
There you go, Brian. You're in.
Left some in the
you're a friend
tank
now.
so that we could do this, okay, for entertainment value.
I don't know who those first ones are,
Okay.
but we have a lot of mutual friends with some of them. But I don't know. I'm going to do the right thing. I don't know who they are.
Okay.
Hayden Sinclair.
Well, you got to click on.
Shut up. I really dislike your phone.
Well, when I earn enough money off YouTube, I
Trevor.
can buy a new one.
What
Trevor
is it?
who?
Trevor Colson.
Okay. Hello, Trevor. Welcome. That's the one you said last week.
Wyoming.
Yeah, I know.
Why have you not accepted Wyoming?
Because I wanted you to say it on the show.
You can see how his name is Wyoming, sort of, right? Wyoming. Lovely guy. You are now friends with the legendary Ben Winstone.
Unlegendary. Seymour? Is there Seymour?
Why not?
No.
You're going to send one to Helen. You just sent one to Helen.
That was Helene.
Helene. I said Helene. He said Helen.
Well, I think Helene's the correct pronunciation from Iron Man.
It
She
is
hold
no,
record in GPC?
It is Helene. It is. She actually
GPC
had a go
record
at me.
holder?
Had a go at me for calling her. Yes, she is. Ace. You know, friends with him.
Who's Ace?
Ace Nathan Kirkwood.
Who's that?
Is that all of them? It doesn't say Seymour. Seymour Butts.
I accepted Seymour last week.
So that's. I
Well,
think,
that's the ones that have been sent to me.
yeah. Now all these people, mutual friends, said bang, we're taking them. Bang, we're taking them. Bang.
Wait, you got to read them out as you go along.
Damien Dolgan,
What about
Josh
the other-
James Wallace.
What about the other couple at the start?
Oh, there was heaps.
Stuart.
Oh, you sent one to Shannon Green.
Yeah, I did.
Good boy. He's a quality guy. Have you
He's a
met
good
Shannon?
guy. I haven't known.
No, he's one of the good guys.
I realised he was one of the ones that sent one of the very first ones.
There's,
When I just deleted them in bulk.
there's some guys.
And then I went back and
There's some
added
guys you're going to meet in powerlifting.
You know, yeah.
Some of them are really, really good guys.
Okay.
Shannon's one of them.
You know, when I sent Shannon and he accepted, you know what he sent me? Eggplant.
I threw mine out last night. You'd left it on my desk.
Well, I didn't
it
want
had
it.
gone all mouldy.
I didn't want it. No, he didn't send me. He sent me an emoji of an eggplant.
Oh, did he?
So I replied with
Oh, he's a funny guy.
a peach,
Do you know who he's?
and then he sent me the raindrops. I said, "That's all I've got."
Want me to turn this into a piece of fruit?
No, thank you.
Do you know who his partner is?
Yeah, because I realised that.
Yeah, Lauren.
Lauren, yeah.
Very strong. Finished third at Pro Raw.
You got beautiful bulldogs.
2 of them.
Yes.
Okay, that's all we're accepting today. Paul McGrath, I like his name. Bang, Paul McGrath, friends.
Related to Glenn.
Ashley Vowles. Isn't it funny, like vowels, and he's got a couple in his name.
How many? Can
He's got 2.
you buy another one?
Can we buy a vowel? Kenny Dimmerall. I don't know who that is, but I like his
No.
picture.
Oh,
There you go.
Jesus.
Accept it. Nathan Cahill. Why can you not like Cahill? He's got a football background. Dave McKernan. Friends. Jake Callahan. Friends. Oh, this is one of mine. Gary A. Tremolli's a friend of mine. Clint.
Oh, yeah.
It's all right. I know how to work this stupid iPhone now.
So be gentle with it.
You've
Bit
got
of
how many
finesse.
friends have you got now?
A lot.
I think we should send some friend requests out. Renee, there you go. Renee Elise, Renee Gill. She's doing nationals. Renee Gill.
Okay.
Shane Hardy, good guy.
G'day, Shane. Please accept. Maybe they're going to be like fuck
Zoe
you.
Raymond, good girl. Accept that. I mean, send one out there. Is David Burr related to Cat Burr?
He is, yes.
Who's he?
It's her brother.
Bang. Friends now with Benny. He's doing your sister, David. He is. Are you?
I think he probably may suspect that.
Yeah. Now he knows because it's fucking live. Jen Smith, oh, bloody hell. I'm looking after
Who was that? You got to read
No.
them out as you're doing them.
Ivan,
You can't
Nikki.
because they can't see what you're clicking on. So who'd you just click on?
You're not friends with Patrick Morrison. There you go. I
who's that?
apologise, Patrick.
Who's that?
This guy here.
No, I'm joking. I'm
This guy
joking.
here.
I'm joking, Pat.
This guy here.
Oh, Jesus, so you click out. How many have you added?
Shannon Florison, bang, friends. Nick Prendergast, friends. Tim Cross, friends.
It's the last
Trent
time.
Harris, friends.
Oh my God.
You watching? I can't read that one out.
No. I'm going to die.
Jordan Shallows.
Undo that one.
I can't.
Fuck. I'm dying here. I'm dying here.
Odell Manuel.
Is that
Arian
guy?
boys. Can you undo them? I can't undo it.
No, you can.
I don't think you can.
Yeah, you can. It says undo. Click on undo.
Doesn't say undo. I can't believe you sent one there. Rachel Mountford, is she still on Facebook? Very quiet. She finished third, I reckon it was 2014 Nationals in the 67.5 kilo class. Joanne Gregan first, Nina second, Rachel Mountford third. I got a great picture of the three of them. It was a great, and the girls were, send her one. Just send her.
Probably wait till we had a few more mutual friends, maybe.
No, she doesn't. Oh, Ben Bacharach, what do you call him? Ben McCarr, David Madley. Such nice people that you're not friends with.
No, well, because I don't know them. That's why I don't send them a friend request. That's generally
I
how
have
it
no
works.
idea who Crystal Stavropoulos is, but she's got
related to you?
No, she's got an opulus. You should probably send her it. No, we're not going. Rachel Matuk.
There's a very big workshop up in Sydney called Matooks. They build the fastest
Rachel, you are
GDRs.
now friends with Benny.
Please hook me up with a GDR package. Do you know they build
You're not
quickest
friends with Henry
GDRs
Day.
and VLs in Australia?
Oh, I know who they are.
Yeah.
I'm on their page every day.
I wonder if she's related.
Well, she's from Sydney.
You reckon they could hook us up with an 8-second package?
Matt Van Bunigan.
How many you reckon are going to accept
Josiah
this
Malouf
while
is-
we're filming?
They're going to accept them. Nathan Ross.
Should make note of this and then next week go back and see how many knock me back.
How would anybody knock you back, Benny? They can't
Quite
knock
easy
you
to
back.
do.
Shannon Jacobson, very strong lifter from Tassie. We've spoken about him here. He's going to be a very, very good lifter. This is interesting. I don't.
This could be a bloody episode on its own.
You're going to rate Sagor. You know that is a guy we can't say his name. Now you can say it because you're friends with him. Hey, you know who I sent a friend request to today?
Who?
And I got accepted.
I don't want to say it
The
again.
guy with one leg.
Oh.
Neil Fellows.
say it.
Not Neil Fellows, sorry, Mark Daniel. I'm friends with him, yeah? That's his name, Mark Daniel. Neil Fellows, it's all right, Mrs. Fellows. Nothing's changed.
No, I think
Keita Davis, I like her.
he made a good joke, Neil, when he said that. Remember what he said about his missus, and then he
Yes.
said, "No, his missus lost an arsehole."
Yeah,
I
that's
think he was
right.
referring to himself. I could
He
relate
was, because
to
he's a
that
funny
situation.
guy. Anyway, we just added about 50 new people. That's good. Are we starfish?
Cannot believe.
Starfish.
I've got to go back and undo that one.
Don't
That's,
don't undo.
No. Just look how many people already accepted.
Of course they've accepted.
Carrie Ann
Who does
Boyce,
not want to be Ben's friend?
Ben Mashar, Rachel Matuk, send the GDR up next week. Odell Manuel,
Yeah.
Nick
Why would they
Prendergast.
not accept them?
Do you think
You
they
are
realise that
Ben,
they've accepted
Ben,
live on Raw Talk?
You have to remember now, right? You had a life before Raw Talk. Everything's changed. So everything you say and do now,
That's for sure.
you have to remember now. Everything you say and do. I've been not wanting to, but I am because of all the hats I wear: GPC, Pro Raw, PTC, so many hats. You have to be very. And now I wear a Raw Talk hat.
Yes.
You're not that Ben anymore.
Okay.
So you're now Raw Talk Ben. And a lot of people watch this. I think we're getting close to 700 average views.
Yes. Episode 6 got off to the best start. I turned best start by number 1, views in 24 hours.
Right, yeah.
Number 2, views in a week.
Yeah.
So I think it was about 560, 570.
They're all, they're
today.
all over. Oh, that hasn't hit 600 yet?
No,
I
not
thought
yet.
it hit 600.
But
anyway,
No episode's gone higher than 500 in the first week.
No, but the
So
first
it's growing
episode
every
is
week.
approaching 900.
Yes.
So what I'm getting at, again, we don't make, this isn't really on ESPN and there's no rankings involved, so this is all just for fun. Just thought I'd throw that in. So I hope I haven't wrecked that shot. Stop undoing things.
I can't let that one go through. The rest I'll leave, but not that one.
She's my vote for the hottest female powerlifter in Australia. No, the one that you're undoing, which you're not allowed to name. She's, I think she's,
I
think
reckon
she's the
we'd go
hottest.
pretty close.
Yep.
We'd go pretty close.
Starfish, not the chocolate variety. I want to quickly talk about that.
Not the sexual variety.
No. What's the sexual variety?
You know what starfish is, Max?
The chocolate one. That's what a chocolate starfish is.
Look at that shake of the head. He knows. He's been there.
Young kid walking along the beach. When's he going to be on the show?
Who?
Max.
How are we going for time this week?
Young kid walking along the beach, and there's thousands of starfish washed up, and they're all going to die. He's picking them up one at a time, throwing them back in the water.
Wait, is this a story from your youth or?
No, no.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Down at Frankston Beach.
No.
Okay.
Throwing them back in the water one at a time, one at a time. His mate goes, "You can't save them all." He goes, "I know, but I can save this one." Meaning to, if he just saves one, it's enough. Now, I feel, remember I was telling you how I've grown. How are we going with the clock? Eye still on it?
Sorry, I'm keeping my eye on it.
Yep. So remember I told you
His phone's
before
ringing.
how much I've
Bring that
changed,
phone over here, let's answer it.
how much I've, oh,
Imagine that.
whose phone is that?
I think it's whoever's squatting.
We'll answer it.
I can't see behind the post.
Nick.
It's our good friend Nick.
Who would send Nick, who would phone Nick? Anyway,
Probably his wife.
All right, yeah. So
That's about it.
I used to get not upset, not frustrated. I don't know what the word is, because I have so much faith in what we do here, and it goes back because it's based on actual results. Used to see a lot of talented lifters, kids, especially young ones, right? Think there's people promising better ways, faster ways, this and that, to get where you want to go, and they all buy it, okay? Because they don't realise. They actually don't know the best way, or there is no best way, but there's things that they look at, key markers, key indicators, and they go, oh, I want to go with that guy there and train at his gym or coached by him because this guy, blah, 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 posts and says, we don't do a lot of that stuff, but I just want to point out a few things. So first of all, I want to talk about it from scratch. There's two kinds of lifters that you can get. There's three. There's one from scratch. There's one that's been training, like Nick, for years, doing regular weight training, and then there's elite powerlifters. They're the three groups, okay?
Yeah.
So Max and I, we like everybody. I mean, Nick's one of our favourites here, and he'd trained somewhere else before. He'd slept with someone before he came here.
Is that when he used to train at
But
Fernwood?
no Dick's there. No Tom, Dick or Harry. Is that Fernwood?
Sorry.
And he's a Dick. So no Dick. So
He's looking concerned.
the ones that Max and I really like are the ones we like a lot. They mean a lot because the virgins, they'd never lifted weights before.
Yeah.
Some of the track records. So I suppose there's a guy named Big Jack. So Big Jack Pollard, when he started with us in the garage, 2010, he'd never exercised or played sport. He actually rang me and said, I think he said he was 19, I've never played sport, I've never exercised, and I'm worried about my weight and I want to start lifting weights. The worried about my weight was quite funny because he ended up 40 kilos heavier. But he said he was 115 kilos when he started with us, but 6'6", so he looked like a string bean.
Yeah.
And but he was very, very soft. And so when I talk to people about how weak Jack was, when a 115 kilo guy starts at PTC, we get him to walk with a bar and we put 10 kilo plates on each end, make it 40 kilo bar. And I said, just do 5 reps and I'll see where we go from there. He failed. He only got 4 reps. So he got pinned on the 5th rep. He genuinely was that weak. But in his own admission, he'd never done push-ups, he'd never done anything, right? It was 3 and a bit years later. Before that, Max said after we moved from the garage to the footy club, which was in November, so 5 months later, Max turned and said to me, Jack's going to be one of the strongest guys we've ever trained, and he's going to be the first guy to deadlift 300 kilos. I thought, wow. Jack's squatting 120 at the time. He wasn't, he was just doing general conditioning work when we started. We used to put it, and he used to hate it. 3.5 years later, Jack totaled 855, weighing 155 kilos, from 0 to 855 kilos.
Huge.
The most max we got male, and if this is real male, and if that's a piece of fruit, I'm going to spit it. Yeah, can you go out there and sign for it? So we got Jack from 0 to 855, and then I'm bringing him up because we've had a special kid come up. 4 years ago, we've been in this gym 4 years and a week or something like that. When I walked in 4 years ago, there was Daniel Kranitz was sitting there doing curls. So he'd never lifted weights before. I remember he had gloves on, headphones, and he's doing curls on an easy curl bar. And he sat down and I asked him why he wanted to be here, and he said he wanted to get big and strong. So Daniel Kranitz He's been here 4 years, 17-year-old kid, started at 71 kilos, is about 126 now. No, Max, false alarm. He's going, I don't know if they can see that. So behind us we've got a record board, the 125 kilo class. The record's by Daniel at 755, Daniel America. So Max tells me that Special K can break Daniel America's record, and he thinks he can go 757 and a half at Nationals. This is a kid that it's very hard to get on that board. So our top 22 lifters, our top 20 lifters, 20th spot is a 722 and a half kilo total.
Okay.
It's pretty tight.
Yeah.
And after Nationals, we should have maybe 5 go between 800 and 1,000. All right, so some pretty good. So it's pretty hard to get on our record board. For Daniel America, who had lifted for a long time, to have his record taken by a young kid that Dan knows all about him, he was here the night he started and all that, is going to be an incredible achievement. Now, I say to all young kids, and there's many more, right? There's young Chris, came here, he was like Nick, he used to train at another gym where he used to think he was the strongest guy in the gym because he could squat. I think he was squatting 230 or 240 kilos. He came here, Max got him to 330 kilos squat at Pro Raw, Pro Raw 5. So he was 20 years old, squatted 330, lifetime drug-free kid. So Max got him to that really, really quick. We know what we're doing here, and we know that if you put in 3 or 4 years of time, you're going to be able to put up a very impressive total. One that 4 years earlier, going back, you would have thought, there's no way Chris is going to squat 330 or Big Jack is going to deadlift the numbers that he did and squat the numbers that he did and bench 200. So, like the starfish, we can only save one at a time. People have got to want to be here. Little Sev's another one. She's another one that came in having never lifted, and she's now at Nationals, and she might go 351 Nationals 2 or 3 years ago. 4 years ago, might have won Nationals. Now is a 17.
Big squat.
Yeah. Sev squats, over 3 plates.
Oh, you're talking about total.
Total.
Oh, sorry.
Women don't squat 350 kilos.
Some do.
Well, they don't look like women though.
No.
So we've got a very good, if everybody that power lifts out there that's young is a starfish, okay, we can't save them all. And it used to frustrate me because I know I have total confidence in what we do, make people stronger, right? And when these guys, and then I see that they're not lifting anymore, they're retired, because you can imagine thousands have been through the gym in the 10 years, and when you see them not lifting anymore, I always think of them as starfish. But Special K, and there's others like Shannon and Chris used to just exercise, just like Nick, and they're all over 700. So there's, aside from Gwayne's the only absolute elite lifter that we've ever had here that started here. Everybody else has started as a novice or middle of the road. Josh Rayson's a top lifter. So Josh is, he's actually done a prep here before because he's on our board. He totaled 790 at 110. So he's on our board, so he's already a good lifter, but Josh is back and he's one of our starfish now. So I'm talking about kids, right? What about older people? So everyone goes, I wish I'd started when I was younger. That's fair enough, right? Because
I say that sometimes.
a lot of people say that, right? And so what people don't realise is that Nina did one comp back in 2007 when she was 42 as a bit of a dare. Did no training for it. She did a Capo Nationals, then didn't compete again. So Nina's next comp was 2010. So Nina was born in 64, so she was 46 years old. So Nina started her raw powerlifting career as a Masters 2 lifter. She's 46 years old. She never competed any younger than that. And then when you go through what Nina's accomplished, she did do a lot of she did all of our, the hard training that I spoke about. She did that for 3 years before she powerlifted, right? But Nina has won States, Nationals, Worlds, Pro Raw. Only her and Eman have done that, all right? So she's done all that. She didn't start until she was a Masters 2 lifter. She was 46 years old. She's now 52. She's 52 years old. And she's qualified for Nationals this year, but unfortunately she won't have time to do it. So again, it's the 3-4 years that we can build somebody from anything to get to any level. So they're all starfish. So when I see people, and I've seen people that have come here and done a novice comp and then seen them 2 years later and they're putting up similar numbers. Well, I'd love to one day map the progress of every comp that Special K has done just to show how fast they move up. So I just look at all powerlifters that are floundering as starfish, and we can't save them all. Man, seeing nobody's bringing me a kebab over the snake.
Very disappointing result. Thank you.
But I've had Turkish delight steak, and I've still got my chewy.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
want
next week we've got it. No, I'll pass. Thank you.
Yeah, so that was just something I wanted to get off my chest to start. And sometimes, I don't know if the word is frustrated when you see something and you know you can help them, but you can't. I don't know what that. I get that all the time. These are really nice. Great having that there. So that was my serious bit, starfish bit, that I know that we can help so many kids only because we do it all the time. You walk in here.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Yeah,
It's a good point.
we can't save everybody though.
No.
Some need the coach posting every 2 minutes about your PBs, and
You've got to get that pump up.
Max can't do that.
Maybe sometimes that's part of a coaching package. You pay a little bit extra to get the social media mentions.
Are we going back to the healthy mind?
Yeah, well, that does certainly
shouldn't
relate to
need
it,
that.
does it? So, I was actually considering a coach for nationals if I choose to do it. I'm running out of time, but
Max?
I was
No,
wondering.
it's a serious question.
Seeing as I've always,
Max, come here, it's a serious question.
promised we won't take the piss.
They can't hear your answer. It's one word, Max. You're either going to say yes or no. Will you coach Ben for nationals for free?
No, not for free, he said.
Of course. There you go.
Wow. I was going to put a shout out, see if anyone
No,
wanted to.
he'll do it.
No, that's not right.
Why? Just so you know, Max looks after other people for free.
Yeah, but Max needs to.
He's fine. He's fine.
He still lives at home.
He still lives at home, and you bunk with him. For
Yeah, I
fuck's
know.
sake.
I mean, how many weeks has it been now? 3 or 4? You can just
And-
leave it on the bed,
And the fact
like
is,
the latest this week's program.
people.
on the pillow.
So when Ben jokes about Eastlink, it's not a joke. Travelling here from his place, which he does every week, is not cheap. It's actually
No.
quite expensive.
That's about because I was driving a Triton, so it's classed as a light commercial vehicle. So it's charged more. So it costs about $16 or $17, I think.
Yeah, so that'll cover it. So Max will give you. Max, will you seriously do that for him? He's coaching. No, online. Online coaching. Because Max gets the online money. He gets all the online money.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So online, will you do his coaching for him? There you go.
This is beautiful.
For Ben for the trip next time.
Oh, thank you. I thought for now. 'cause
I
it's
thought it was
such a
for the
nice gesture.
Margot Robbie. He's going to go and watch Wolf of Wall Street.
No, I'll keep that for later. But
So there you go. So Max is going to look after your training.
well, that's an extremely generous offer.
So you know he does
Thank you to
Warwick. You know he
yourself
does
and
Warwick
Max.
Eccles as well.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
I'll just say whatever he does, Warwick. Just
Are
add
you
2.5 kilos.
What, Max?
Well,
how
he's
many
already
have you got?
It's easy for him. That's
how
why
many-
he can do it for free.
How many have you got in the 125s at nationals? You got Special K, Warwick Eccles, Harry, and
Well, it's easy because
he doesn't do it that way.
He's probably already got a program for Warwick, so he just needs to add 2.5 kilos on the deadlift or whatever, and it's done. So that's why he can do it for free. He doesn't have to do anything else. Just change one number.
You know he does 10s in his programming. You saw Sev before.
What are 10s?
Yeah. Oh, he's missed
No,
out.
no, that's why I left it on purpose, so I'll come in at about 7s.
No, he goes. It's 8s. Yeah, you can join him. Now that's good, Max. It'll be interesting to see how young Benjamin goes.
We can actually track it each week here.
We can. It'll be good. No, that's good. I'm glad that Maxie can do that for you. So we've been a lot more serious on this one.
Yeah, definitely. So,
Do you want to add
Still a
my
good balance.
Facebook friends?
well, we can have a quick look, but one thing we should mention as well, Big Dogs 2, the VIP casting couch competition.
Yeah.
Still running. The
Yeah.
entries have dried up a little
Yeah,
bit.
they have. I think
I
people
don't know,
are.
people are
Maybe
not
they're
keen
worried.
on. Look,
Well, I think
Facebook's blown up like yours. It's gone nuts.
Brian Cook said that's why Ben answered my friend's request.
It's another Greek name.
Zach Kongonis confirmed, but I'm not going to add already
Look
friends.
who added: Nathan Ross, Keita Davis, Shannon Florison, Shannon Jacobson, and Dave. They all
Well,
accepted.
but they know who you are now. That's what I was getting at before. The old Ben, you have to change the way people look because now you're actually recognised
Yeah. And coached.
and coached. Yeah.
Never had a
See?
coach before.
Margot Robbie, not going to accept that. because I'll get
Make
in
her
trouble.
wait. Make her wait.
I'll get in trouble if I accept it.
Maybe I'll just wait for my one to come through.
She won't send you one. She knows you won't accept it. And I'm
You
the
know what
one,
we will accept though?
I'm the one that said the nice things.
That's true. Entries for the VIP.
Yeah, we
couch
haven't
at,
got any.
Big Dogs
It hasn't
2.
been one.
Keep sending them
Yeah,
through.
we have somebody that we like, but it's
Yeah.
far from being one. So
No,
send them
still
in.
wide open. I've never heard you gasp like that
We
before.
could give
on
it
the
to
show.
Margot.
I'll mention that.
Well, I could sit with her and explain what's going on.
Oh, someone has to do it.
Yeah, no, I'd do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd do it.
Yeah. So send them through, guys. For yourself, for someone else, whoever you want to do. Funny sob stories, we accept them all.
Yeah,
But
anything.
it's a legitimate prize. Maybe
Get
they
your
think,
nationals forms in as well for you that haven't sent the forms in yet, please.
maybe they think we're taking a piss.
Have you done yours yet?
I haven't, no,
You're
because
a
I wasn't
dick.
sure if I was going to do it.
What are you talking about? Dick.
I've done a lot of competitions this year.
Oh, poor baby. Have you got any more tissues? You're still sooking up here.
Sorry. No, the body takes a bit of a beating sometimes, but
okay.
actually, funny thing, while we're on that track, this morning I had an appointment at sports medicine place.
Oh, is that what I thought it was something else? Okay.
No, no.
You said you had an appointment.
Yeah. No, well, Josh sent me through that link to his doctor, Josh Tate. I've got that appointment coming up. It's a sex change joke. Anyway, left me hanging there. I have to edit that part out. But I was getting a peptide injection thing in my shoulder, right, which I've done for quite some time, because modern science, who would have thought that it can actually help improve
Does it?
performance? It does. Well, this time last year I couldn't bench 80 kilos without pain. 100 felt like 200, and by the end of the year I was benching 200. So,
Oh, yeah,
There you
Max is going to need all your numbers.
yep, don't worry, I'll send him through. And
Are you friends with Max on Facebook?
I might have to send him a request. Will he accept it?
Oh, you are
Will
friends?
he accept it?
Wow.
But
Won't accept the friend request from his coach. So you can slide
there's
into
a-
his
there's a-
DM box.
there's a
Is
there's
that-
a
is that
barrier
what
there.
he
I
was
did.
doing?
I sent him.
Oh,
I
I
sent him
saw-
a photo of the bloke on the tram.
Bloke on the tram, yeah. I saw him. G'day, Ray Winstone, how are you? Stay out of his DM box. Did I say it right?
Yeah. No, well,
What-
kind of
I've
technically
got,
is.
See, I've got box in my mind like
I know
letterbox.
that.
It's like letterbox.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I thought a different type of box.
No, it's like letterbox. So that, because I'm thinking mail, messages, box. So it's just DM. It needs
Yeah.
another word on the end of it. It needs to
No,
be
it doesn't.
box. It needs to be box. Chris is here.
So I'm going to slide into
Chris is
Max's
another one.
DMs.
Chris is
and,
another one that Max has taken from having just done benches in never squatted, never deadlifted, and Chris is at 750. Can I say he's lifetime drug free, performance enhancing drugs, because the other drugs, oh my god,
Do you think they enhance performance or not?
they do with him. He's
They-
very
like,
very
if you're-
mellow.
If you're feeling a bit injured or something's a bit hurting, and you
Yeah, no.
choose to indulge in
Chris
that.
is one of my favourite clients. He cracks me up. He's the midget fucker.
where's he going? He's just driving back.
This is
and
like this is
forth.
Chris. He's
Is
probably he thinks he's already trained, and he's going. See, Chris.
Is he looking for midgets?
You know, he's doing laps, Max. Is he looking for dwarfs? Do you know?
Should ask him how many midgets he can fit in the back
He's
of that.
gone. He's gone and parked way over there.
Because I mean, there's 8 different spots.
I can see
here.
the spots over the road. Chris.
Maybe he saw a midget.
Yeah, maybe he did see a midget.
Sounds like he's going past again.
No, he's not. Surely he stopped.
No, well, I heard the diesel thing spool up, but
No, I think
anyway,
he's a cracker. He watches this.
does he?
I don't know. He works for
There's not enough
I
midgets.
don't
on
know who he works for. I can't say.
a small company.
No, very big company. Very good. Works for a small company. Really short company.
We well, he's only been there a short time. Should we just
But he's
drag
on- but
things
he on-
out until he walks through the
Well,
door?
he only got the job because of his shorthand. I'll see if he wants my chewy. You know I can't offer that to him. Do you know why?
I don't know why.
He'll
Why?
take it.
We'll do it.
I'm
Get him on.
not going to have him
Get
chew
him on.
my chewy.
Get him on.
You reckon? What if he
You need
chews
to
it?
like flatten it out like it's a new one.
Nick, do you want to chew? Nick's eating your lollies.
I just give it to the young girl.
Gym lollies.
We've bought enough time.
Chris, do you want a chewy? I'm going to just throw it out if you don't want it. No,
Did he say yes?
I think he said no.
Oh. Did you ask him where
Such
he
a
parked?
cool guy. Chris, why did you park so far away? Isn't there any some over the road there?
No, old mate comes out like last week.
No. That's not their parking. Somebody had parked in front of his roller door.
okay.
That parking belongs to that
I
building.
thought we were going to have to tell him. To.
No, and do you know what that building is?
Not sure.
It houses some Catholic school files. That's all it does. There's no one
Oh,
over there.
okay.
So the spots for that factory's around the other side, but he just uses them.
Okay.
So yeah, anybody can park there.
Well, there you go, guys.
I wonder what
That's,
files they would have in a Catholic school storage. Maybe you could break in there and...
That would be an
Wow.
exclusive, wouldn't it?
Because Pell was on the front page of the paper again.
I saw that. Well, I didn't see it because I don't read the paper, but
He's a bit of a stud, isn't
I
he?
saw. Oh, for a 5-year-old boy, perhaps. Am I allowed to say that?
Well, that's what he's charged with, isn't it?
Disgusting, disgraceful.
What, the church for letting it happen or him?
The whole thing. The whole thing.
You're Catholic.
I am not.
Your dad is.
Definitely not.
Not Catholic.
No. Certainly not.
Is he prostitute? What's the other one? Protestant.
No.
No, I get them mixed up. I'm not big. Like,
What are you when you're not into religion? Atheist?
okay.
Is that it? Or is that still a religion?
I don't know why it has to have a label.
I don't know. I'm not into religion.
I'm common sense.
All right, I'll go with that one then.
Look, you're common
Church
sense
of
as
common
well.
sense.
Church of common sense. Church of not so common sense.
Well, that's true. That's even better, more accurate. But,
We're just going
anything
on
else
there.
you want to carry on? Because everyone's probably clicking close.
Well,
by
how
now.
many? We've got to
Way
do,
too long. Way too long.
What is it?
37?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
It's not a
going to
PB.
go over again. It will be.
But it's not a P. No, no.
Yeah, but I
we're
stopped
done.
at about an hour 10ish.
Oh,
So.
but we're not going to get no PBs
We don't have
today.
to PB every
No,
episode.
we're not going to PB today.
No, good.
It's done.
It's still going on for way too
Have you
long.
kept your eye on the clock?
Yeah, well, I kept an eye on the clock. It's ticking along. But I don't know, it's gone way off track. Off
Yeah,
the
we're
rails
done.
now.
We're done.
So,
There was no powerlifting this weekend. We've got very little to talk about. There was no comps.
so some weeks we may actually space it out a little bit.
No, I like this.
Well, I don't want it to get into a thing where it's like every week there.
Every week. Every week.
Jesus.
Every week. Has to be every week. Can't lose viewers.
Yeah, but I mean, people don't want to watch if we've got nothing interesting to talk about.
They've watched the other ones. You think they haven't noticed yet?
We can make
that
shorter
talk
versions
about,
or something.
That we talk about
We don't
nothing.
have as much to
But there
talk
was
about.
no powerlifting this week.
No, so it's a bit hard.
It was only I love the fact that there's a lot of talk going on at the WAPA WRPF States, the friendly
When's that
banter
on?
in June.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That reminds me of the Gwen mentioned what I was saying before when I was getting the thing in my shoulder, and she said to me, "Oh, have you won any competitions lately?" And I said, "Oh, I did States a few weeks ago. I came second, you know." And she goes, "Who'd you come second to, Gwen?" I was like, "Not quite."
It's kind of a big deal now, isn't it?
I said, "No, I go. Gwen's in a different weight class to me." But I didn't mention that there was a 155 kilo total difference.
Yeah.
But I said, no, we're slightly apart. So.
Yeah. But you knew who Gwen was?
Yeah, she used to train with him.
She used to finger him as well? His shoulder?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't ask what sort of involvement
Treatment?
she had.
Yeah.
Bye, Sev.
See, Seb.
That's enough.
Is she going to get a kebab or something?
It's time to wrap it up.
Is she going to get
Sev's
nuggets?
left.
No.
We won't be
We're
filming
joking,
by the time
Seb.
she gets back.
We're not hungry anymore. We've gone past
She's
that.
like our hourglass. When she comes in, time to start
love,
filming.
love Seb. She spends,
When she leaves-
she spends a lot of time here.
When she leaves, time to wrap it up. So,
Okay, yeah, well,
on that
she's not here
note,
to watch it.
guys, as always, you can find us on Instagram at
Do all your things. At PTC headquarters.
Very Good, and on Facebook.
Markos Markopoulos, Pro Raw Powerlifting, PTC headquarters, Powerlifting World, Raw Talk. I can't remember all the GPC rankings, Australian all-time records.
I can't put all them up. The screen's going to be.
It's
Full of
massive. You
writing.
should see. I should show you one day all my pages. I've got so many other pages as well.
You can find me on Instagram at the White Juggernaut, and well, most people have found me on Facebook now, thanks to you.
Well,
so
like I
another
told you,
quick check of
if you're going to
friend
continue to
requests.
do Raw Talk, you have to realise that
Two more.
things have changed.
My life has changed for the better.
You've got 19 friends now. That's awesome.
It's
You know
amazing.
Benny's up to 19 friends now, Max?
Rachel Mountford and Renee Ellis.
Yeah, well, so...
Elise, or is it Elise or Ellis?
Well, I don't know, because when she competes, she's Renee Gill, and she's qualified for
one of those
nationals.
people.
Yeah. You got no idea how hard it is to
Yeah, I
send
know.
out the invites to the women, because they
Yeah.
all change their name.
Yeah.
Because they've got stalker boyfriends. Back to the healthy mind.
So they just
Don't
got random
stalk
guys
the
adding
girl.
them on Facebook.
Don't stalk the girl. Don't stalk the girl. There you go.
I promise I won't stalk you.
No, but that's why I think some of them change their names because of that. And you know, I said
follow
I
her
was
on Instagram actually.
Hey? Oh, you've got which one?
We're
Renee?
friends on Instagram.
Oh, right,
I
okay,
think,
that's
I believe.
We don't have friends and you have followers like
Followers.
Jesus.
So I follow her. She follows myself.
Do you follow Jesus?
Was Rachel Mountford the one you said used to compete with Nina?
Rachel Mountford's a lovely girl from South Australia. She's one of, again, you know, I talk about this
She's
really.
got like a
She won't watch.
science fiction thing on her
She won't
page.
watch. I don't think she'll watch this. She's very, very quiet on social media.
Who's that?
Very strong lifter. Like I said, she, at 2014 National, 67.5 kilo class, Joe, Nina, Rachel. I've got great photos of them together. South Australian girl.
That wasn't picking on her.
No, she's very good. Like I said, if anybody podiums at Nationals, at a Nationals where you need to qualify, don't worry about who's not there, just worry about who's there. You've done really well, really well.
True.
Well, that's what Max is aiming for with these lifters. We don't set out, you're going to win this class. It's the first goal is to get them qualified.
Yes, yes.
Second goal is to get them podiumed. That's what he tried, and he really works hard. He's got big Dallas. He's got some big guys this
We
year.
accepted his friend request last week.
Big Dallas's, yeah.
Dallas.
He's not very active on Facebook.
Okay.
No, he doesn't post a lot.
Arian just sent me some photos. They're quite disturbing. Just saying. Anyway,
Is that still going on?
we'll.
I thought it was finished.
I think it's well and truly finished now. That certainly blew up.
You know what I
didn't it?
found out that actually disturbed me a little bit?
What?
So, because since I found out, you noticed, I don't want to mention it, but I have to explain what I'm talking about. You know the dick pic thing, right?
Yes.
I'm obviously way out of the scene because I didn't realise that it's actually quite normal now for girls to send photos of their mimsy and boys to sell, yeah.
Hey now.
No, I didn't know.
You add
So
me on
it actually-
Snapchat at BenXYZ.
No, so I'm being serious. So when I heard the dick pic thing, I was a bit shocked because I thought you have to be something wrong with you, back to the healthy mind,
Yeah.
to send dick pics. But it goes both ways. Girls send mimsy and clit shots. Yes.
Well, that's quite a specific
so if it's
shot, isn't it?
Well, so if it's going both ways now, I can't really.
Fair game.
It's just me that's out of the loop. That's not aware of that, you know.
Times have changed.
Yeah.
Times have changed.
I would send Nina flowers, not a dick pic.
No.
Yeah, but it's me that's out of touch, and that's actually not as rare as I thought it was. Because I was a bit shocked. Remember the episode where I said, "Can't believe I'm seeing this," and I saw it from one of the world's strongest men's
That's right.
competitors.
That's right.
I was shocked but that's what they do now, and girls do mimsy shots. Wow. Anyway, so
send
that's
it
why
through those.
no more joking about it because it's actually not funny. It's a thing. It's actually a thing. See, I thought it was funny when I was cracking jokes about it.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's actually a thing.
I'm intrigued now.
Hey, do you want to
Mimsy
date me?
shots.
I don't know. Show me a picture of your dick. Okay, here you go. What do you reckon? Well,
Here's
yeah,
my
okay.
mimsy.
Here's my mimsy. Wow.
Here's my other
I
part.
suppose
I'm not gonna
it
mention
saves,
it, it's my
saves,
first watch.
it saves a lot of stuff. Oh, Ray Winstone, a mimsy is the female lower regions. Imagine, all right, so we're now talking 20 years down the track, and my girls look at my photo albums, okay? They look at my photo albums, and people are going to turn it off before this, and they're going to miss the best joke.
Yeah, they think we've wrapped up 20 minutes ago.
Anyway, so they go through my photo albums. So imagine photo albums in 20 years. Oh, wow, look at this. Whose dick pic is that? Oh, that's your father's, just before our first date. And he goes, looking at Dad's, and he goes, oh, wow, look at that size of that bush. And they go, that's that girl from Montrose. and on that note, it's goodbye from me.
It's good night from him.
Good night, Arian.
Good night.
Good night from the pop.
See you next week. We will be weekly, ignore him. Chewy anyone?
Peace out.
Okay. Peace out. Miss Montrose.
Managed to just slip it in right at the end. Nearly went a whole episode without a, what was it? Alexander Michael. No. Michael
But yeah,
Alexander.
imagine his
reference.
photo album. Imagine Michael Alexander's photo album. You know, ESPN wanted him on the show.
Oh,
And no, they did. And you know how they use all these techniques to make, and they rub Vaseline on the lens to make it look better. You know what they had to use for him? 3 coats of black paint. They couldn't make him look any better, so they used 3 coats of black paint on the lens. Here's my little Michael Alexander reference. All right, we're done. Oh, he loves the show. He's got a lot of suggestions for us.
yeah, we don't listen to any of them.
No,
Like most suggestions, actually.
like most people, yeah, otherwise they'd be doing it